been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Only gone for a year, only know like once. Life move fast when you do what you want. I guess I'm doing what I want. Hope you doing what you want. What you want?
My new bitch look like Halle Berry, but she don't love me, she too scary. My old bitch fun like Jackie Brown. I wanna love her, she too down. Will you be my leading lady? I want a contract, girl, no maybe. In the meantime,
It's not going what I want.
need some me time.
Hope you doing what you want.
Crib by the beach like Odell. Over all my killers don't tell. Shadow my mom cause I New York the shelf. Now my bitches did the Chanel. Will you be my leading lady? I wanna contract, girl, no maybe. In the meantime,
It's not going what I want.
get some me time.
Hope you doing what you want. Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Only gone for a year, only know like once. Life move fast when you do what you want.
In the meantime,
It's not doing what I want.
get some me time.
You doing what you want.
In the meantime,
It's not doing what I want.
get some me time.
You doing what you want.
Maybe I don't love myself, I don't know. Leave me here, I'll fuck myself. See me in the mirror, I duck myself. Don't need much, so fuck my wealth.
Like a glance from the past, dark in a frame, you're the poster on the wall. My dreams, you the prince, and I'm fairy tales, I'm not used to it. Oh, got me questioning what you've done. You used to be out of reach.
You already know what it is when we talk. It's different. Yeah. This that mud talk, real talk, no filter from the bottom out. Build different, no quitter. If it's pressure, we apply that. If it's smoke, we supply that. This that mud talk, straight facts, no cap. If we said it, then we meant that. From the city to the worldwide, yeah. When we speak, it's amplified. We came from the mud, now we moving with vision. Turn pain into power, made hustle a mission. Culture, community, truth in the room. If it's real, we address it, no sweep with a broom. Debates get loud, but respect stays solid. If it's growth, we invest in knowledge. Mental health, music, streets, and business. If it matters to the people, we in it. No scripts, no gimmicks, just vibes and real perspectives. You tune in once, now you locked in, connected. This that mud talk, stand tall, no fold. Conversations worth more than gold from the mud, but we shine like that. Hit play once rewind like that. Mud talk, where the real ones speak. Yeah. You already know what it is when we talk. It's different. Yeah. This that mud talk, real talk, no filter from the bottom out. Build different, no quitter. If it's pressure, we apply that. If it's smoke, we supply that. This that mud talk, straight facts, no cap. If we said it, then we meant that. From the city to the worldwide, yeah. When we speak, it's amplified. We came from the mud, now we moving with vision. Turn pain into power, made hustle a mission. Culture, community, truth in the room. If it's real, we address it, no sweep with a broom. Debates get loud, but respect stays solid. If it's growth, we invest in knowledge. Mental health, music, streets, and business. If it matters to the people, we in it. No scripts, no gimmicks, just vibes and real perspectives. You tune in once, now you locked in, connected. This that mud talk, stand tall, no fold. Conversations worth more than gold from the mud, but we shine like that. Hit play once rewind like that. Mud talk, where the real ones speak.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your homie Big T.
Hi, Miss Amy.
And I'm CL Styles, your co-hostess with the mostest.
Hey, you are officially tuned in and tapped into the hottest podcast that brings you the latest in music, news, and fashion, and the only show that keeps our ears to the streets.
Well, you grind and shine.
Hey, welcome to the show, y'all. It's a Friday night.
Yep.
Ooh, it is a Friday
night. We have made it, y'all. Welcome to the weekend. Thank y'all for tapping in with Mud Talk. It's another great episode. I'm super excited. And I'm not as excited as Miss Amy because Miss Amy is on spring break.
She is.
Cheers.
If you clearly can't tell.
This is juice, by the way.
Oh.
I'm supposed to tell her what's in your cup.
Juice.
What's mixed with the juice?
Just juice.
Just juice. Gin and juice.
I haven't drank gin and juice. Speaking of the 90s, I haven't drank gin and juice since the 90s.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
You haven't drinking gin and juice since the 90s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gin's nasty.
Yeah. It's and then gin makes you sin.
Gin reminds me of like a 75-year-old woman playing like bunco.
But let me ask you this: when that song came out, were you in the club during that time?
That came out earlier. I was
like
I was in high school.
Okay.
Or like maybe junior high. It was 92.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't drinking gin and juice in 1992.
Gin just reminds me of bad decisions. Like,
do you make bad decisions off gin?
When I was in college, yeah, because
really, you drank gin in college?
Yeah, I did.
It's the cheapest thing that
I'm about to say, get that bumpy face, and
because it tastes like rubbing alcohol. You should have just got some of that. It's cheaper, 99 cents.
Yeah. But yeah, gin only costs like $10 for a gallon.
For real.
You just stop at the corner store, get you some OJ, and it was a great time.
Oh, God. My mouth is literally watering when you said that because I think I definitely threw up on gin and OJ.
Ooh.
And yeah, so I think that's probably why I don't.
Yeah, but it was a great time. But then when you wake up the next day, you're like, why did I
drink gin?
Trouble.
And then what you do it again the next day.
100%.
Yes. So today is a very special show, y'all. We have an amazing man on the show. If you have not listened to the radio, then that means you've been under a rock. We have Eric Chase from Q105 here in the building today. We're going to be tapping in with him, talking about radio, talking about his podcast, and all of the community stuff that he does. And, and then it's our spring break episode. So we're probably going to get a little spicy.
I'm going to behave. I'm behaving myself.
Are you?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Take a few more sips in that cup.
You guys are so judgy. But, also, he does have a podcast that we got to appear on. Couple months ago. So if you have not checked that out, you need to go to the Eric Chase podcast and find the episode where it's Eric Chase and Mud Talk.
Yes,
and go listen to that and listen to all the other ones too.
Yeah, we were on. Well, I was on there twice.
Okay, we'll listen to that one second.
Right. Wow,
that one was probably way more boring.
Shots fired. Bang, bang. All right, well, y'all know we can't get the show started until we do what's called Big T with the. And this is where I give y'all all of the latest celebrity news and gossip that's going on right now because they keep me with job security. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to start with Javante Davis. Cool. We love talking about Tank. Yeah, we love talking about Tank. But, yeah, so good news for him. And all of our news comes from TMZ, so don't shoot me. I'm just a messenger. But TMZ Sports has learned that authorities have dismissed the false imprisonment charges against Tank, but he's still in hot water over the alleged violent incident involving a woman at a Miami strip club. Davis was arrested in January following a weeks-long manhunt after a South Florida dancer accused him of getting physical with her at a Miami gentleman's club in October of 25. Javante was initially facing 3 charges: misdemeanor battery, felony kidnapping, and felony false imprisonment. However, court documents show the false imprisonment charge was dropped on Thursday. And the reason was prosecutors felt like it was redundant, and that's why the kidnapping charges still remain. The alleged victim, who said she had an intimate relationship with Davis, told police the boxer confronted her at the strip club where she worked and grabbed her by the back of her head, pulling her by the hair with one hand and by her throat with another. Y'all sure y'all was fighting? Because that sounded like y'all was... Don't
joke around about domestic violence.
No, I'm just saying, grabbing by the back of the head and pulling her hair, that sounds...
Yeah, you said I'm grabbing the first thing I can grab. And this is... keep going. Okay. I'm going to tell my opinions on this.
She told cops that Tank forcefully escorted her down the stairway into a garage area while gripping the back of her head before eventually releasing her.
So they called that kidnapping?
Yeah. Because it was against her will.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he took her out of a location to another location.
And they'll drop the lesser charge to have a greater charge, which is the kidnapping charge.
Yeah.
This is why I feel like I don't think I could ever date a boxer or it's because I feel like every time I turn around, they're not all of them, but a lot of boxers have a little angry, violent streak.
You think? I mean, they are known for throwing hands.
Do you think he knew she was a stripper?
Yeah, I mean, that's where he met her.
That's where he met her at.
Oh, okay.
She wasn't.
So to say he didn't just find out she was stripping and say, "Okay, not my girl."
No, that's my girl. She stripped, but that's tough.
Yeah.
Did they say what his issue was? He just.
Well, he actually was. Why they got into it? No, they didn't say. But I know that he has said before that he was going to go to therapy because he said that he's had an anger problem since he was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So he felt like boxing was supposed to be a release for that, but he feels like boxing has heightened his anger.
I could heighten your testosterone. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But it is something that is a good release for youth if they need to have exercise and anger management. It's just through that process, I'm hoping that they're learning to manage that outside of the ring.
Absolutely. So, and I just always feel like, man, every time I hear about Javante, he's always in trouble. It's always something.
Yeah, I think that's the big piece. Sometimes it can be like a cry for help.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, man, listen, I understand if you love her, but if you really love her, keep your hands off of her because it's never going to be the same.
Yeah.
Once you put your hands on her, or you think that you're going to go back to her and it's going to be like that, it's never going to be the same.
Not at all.
So it's just I get it that you probably got upset, but you can never put your hands on anybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not only your woman, but
So he needs to go to therapy.
Yes. Well, once he gets out of this legal situation.
Well, he could start before he gets out of it. He could start right now. That would be a great idea.
So, all right. In other news, let's talk about OJ the Juice Man. Hey,
Juice.
So OJ the Juice Man reps are rushing to his defense after what they say was an unjust arrest, which led to a serious medical emergency. So OJ's management told TMZ while in custody, OJ suffered a serious medical episode related to his type 1 diabetes on March 21st and required emergency treatment at Grady Memorial Hospital. His health and safety should have never been put at risk in this way. The rapper was arrested on March 15th by the Georgia State Patrol and was slapped with 10 charges. After a trooper claimed OJ passed him on the interstate and pointed a gun at him multiple times. However, there's a sworn affidavit from a woman who claims OJ wasn't driving the car troopers are talking about. She claims OJ rented a car on her behalf and she permitted another man to use the rental car. She says to her knowledge, OJ was not driving the car at the time of the alleged incident. According to the rapper's management, OJ has the utmost respect for the law, and the things he's been accused of are totally against his character. His manager also claims the police know who actually committed this offense, and they say it ain't OJ yet. They continue to move forward with charges, even though they know that it's not him.
What?
Yeah.
So they know that it's not.
They have a sworn affidavit from someone saying that he didn't do it, and so but the police
they're
are
continuing the charges regardless.
Yes. One way to be able just to cut and dry, get rid of the gun piece. If you caught up to you can carry a gun, but if you caught up to the car, if you say he had a gun and he's pointing the gun at you while they're driving down the road, you can see if a gun is
He's trying to be all philosophical and you're over here.
You can see if a gun is being thrown out of the window, and if you go and you check the car, there's probable cause to have you search to think that there's a gun in there, and there's no gun inside of there. Then he wasn't the one that was.
Well, but so they got him later. They obviously didn't pull the car over. They probably got it from whoever rented the rental car, because if they
they finally caught up to him.
Right, you were saying they caught up to Juice, right?
Yeah, they caught up to the car.
Yeah. So I'm saying.
So how is he? If they caught up to the car, and he wasn't driving it, did they not realize that when they pulled him over?
That's what I'm trying.
He jump into the back seat and switch me.
That's what I'm trying to see.
I don't understand. This is very messy, because also why was there another guy driving a car that he rented for a female?
Exactly.
I don't even know first of all, I don't even know who this is.
Well, OJ the Juice Man rented the car from the female, but the other guy was driving the car.
That makes sense.
They're trying to say that he wasn't driving the car.
No, he switched. They switched up. He's like, man, I'm famous. You're not. Switch me up right now.
And I'll say this. I know you said you don't know who OJ.
I probably do. Who is it?
OJ the Juice Man was with Gucci Mane. He was one of Gucci Mane's artists. 1017.
Yeah.
And he had it on swole. I don't know how it was in Ohio.
Oh, this is the South Florida.
Yeah.
This is a Florida Southern.
When I was in the club, they say OJ the Juice Man a lot.
Yeah.
Give me a song that I would know.
Quarter brick, half a brick, whole brick.
I don't know about bricks.
Yeah, you do.
Bricks. All white bricks.
You do.
Nothing about bricks. No bricks. We've already discussed this. Bricks were not my thing.
If you heard the song, you probably would know.
Okay, well, we'll play it later.
We'll play it later.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll listen.
So his attorney went on to say OJ has suffered real professional financial harm, including missed performances and disruption tied to the release of his latest project, R&B Juice 2, along Chester and Zaytoven. We expect the situation to be corrected and corrected quickly. If not, his management and legal team are fully prepared to take swift and aggressive action to protect his rights, including pursuing all available legal remedies.
Yes, they should. Yeah, thank you. Jinx. We're just right here.
Yeah.
And in our last piece of news, it's about Taylor Swift. You know how I feel about her.
Why would you put the news on there and then puff and puff?
Because it was something positive.
Right? He's like, Taylor Swift. You picked it.
I mean, it's not like we can get away from her. She's everywhere. But it's good news for Taylor Swift.
Good.
But so Taylor Swift had more than just a trophy to celebrate at the iHeartRadio Music Awards. She also gave a ton of credit to her fiance, Travis Kelce, during her acceptance speech, thanking him for making her the Life of a Showgirl album possible. The couple, who got engaged in August of 2025, stole the spotlight at the award show that happened in LA on Thursday. With all eyes locked on them, Swift took home Best Pop Album for the Life of a Showgirl, and her acceptance speech sent fans into a frenzy. She said, "This album also probably feels very happy, confident, and free, because that's the way I get to feel every single day of my life because of my fiance who's here tonight." Fans screamed their heads off after Swift mentioned Kelce, who responded by mouthing the words, "I love you."
Can you do that again?
And the camera just panned in on Travis Kelce.
And he's all blushing. Yeah. Does he still have the weird, creepy creepy stash, or is he good now?
And I think he still got the creepy
He's still
stash.
creepy.
Yeah,
He still looks like a
he's
state
there.
trooper.
He's not.
He was the guy that
Yeah,
rolled up on
he's-
Juice
yeah,
Man,
yeah.
rapper guy.
Yeah.
What was his name? Juice
Oh,
what?
David Juice Man.
Juice Man.
Juice guy. Travis Kelsey's rolling up with his little trooper stash.
Yeah,
and
he's
his,
got
Yeah.
a super side.
he definitely moves like it's a
He
state
was
trooper.
the one that pulled
Yeah,
over
he pulled him
Juice.
over. He was like,
Every time I see Travis Kelsey, I'm like,
He is. He looks like a cop.
He looks like a cop
he does. He looks like he is going to pull you over
right now.
with his pants pulled up tight. I just.
Suited and
I mean,
booted.
he's a sexy man, but I agree with the media when they say that Taylor kind of ruined his vibe. The other chick that he was dating, Kayla.
Kayla, yeah.
I mean, he
You
had
know-
that vibe.
You know
Yeah.
what? Taylor Swift might be the white Erykah Badu.
What? Go ahead and explain that,
She
CL.
might
Tell us
the
about that.
white Erykah Badu.
Okay, explain, please. Go.
I don't know what it is that Erykah Badu has, but you cannot look into Erykah Badu's eyes.
I mean,
because
Have
she
you
will,
you've tried?
capture you.
Yeah.
She will
Okay.
capture you.
Yeah.
And she changes the
People.
person's entire style.
I mean,
Yeah.
she made Common wore a headscarf. And he don't
Yeah.
even have
I
hair.
saw that. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
he has
He
no
was
hair.
bald.
He doesn't.
That
He
was-
doesn't matter. He said, "I want to wear the scarf."
Do you know?
Erica likes it when I wear it.
Do you know, like when Andre 3000 when he made the transition? So like ATLians and ATLians, he wasn't dressed how
No, he wasn't.
dressed, like
He
on a
wasn't.
criminal.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
know, like
she
it
did
was.
that.
Yeah,
She looked in his eyes and she said,
He,
man.
he was not bombs up with Baghdad.
He
but
was not.
He got with Erykah Badu.
what?
Wow.
"Do they go back after they're done with her?
Yeah,
Yeah, they do.
They just revert back to
Yeah.
who they were before."
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Because Common did it. Common stopped wearing that scarf.
Mhm.
He's bald. And then
It's okay to wear a scarf if you're bald. What is wrong with you?
not on your head.
Yeah.
Yes,
around
it
your
is. Why
neck.
not? He
It's
wants to
not.
feel included.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, he already feels included. Dating Erykah Badu.
Well,
Dana
with the headscarf.
Badu.
She likes it.
And what happened with Taylor Swift with Travis Kelsey?
He just cut that beard off.
What?
No more cookouts for him.
No
Wait, but
fade.
maybe,
You don't even
but
do the
here's the
fade
thing.
anymore.
Maybe it's not Taylor Swift. Maybe Kayla had the effect. She had. They ever hear? Are you ever on like social media and they talk about the black wife effect?
Mm.
How they
Yeah.
date a white man and then all of a sudden they go from the nerdiest looking
So
dude
maybe
ever.
that was so.
I think it was Kayla that made him have that vibe and that swag. They broke up and he reverted back to his Cleveland, Ohio guy. He went back to Cleveland, not like good Cleveland, like suburb Cleveland.
You know what?
Maybe
That's
farm
so
country.
interesting.
Well, because I watch a lot of those videos
So
and they
he
talk
went.
about that.
He went from East Cleveland. Now he's back in like Beechwood.
No, he
Lakewood.
wasn't. Yeah,
Yes,
like East
yeah.
Cleveland to
He's in Lakewood.
to mentor.
Wow.
Or yeah, I think that's what it was.
Oh man.
He's just being his true suburban white man self now.
And I know they say once you go black, you never go back, but that must be
I
a
don't,
lie.
think that, I don't think that refers. I don't think that refers to men. I think it refers more to females.
I think that was just in
I don't
general.
know.
I think that was in general.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what.
I
this
know
is
for
referring
females
to.
though. I
Yeah.
feel like it was definitely predicated for
Yeah.
women.
Or it doesn't matter. They just enjoy the person, not the race. That's also possible. That happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, being black is just awesome.
That
It is.
that's it. There you go.
So
But I think Kayla had the effect on him.
Wow.
I think it was
Yeah.
her.
I'm scared of you.
Go
Kate.
go to social media and look up the black wife effect, and you'll see all these like nerdy white dudes, and then they
Yeah.
get with a black woman, and then you're like, damn, that
it's kind of like Gary Owens.
Yeah.
Is that the midget?
No, Gary Owens. He's the comedian.
Not Gary Cole. Rest in peace. All right.
Just like my
This is not different strokes. We're talking about Gary Owens,
Right.
the comedian who has a black wife.
No, they got divorced. I know who you're talking about.
No, he just got remarried.
Oh yeah, and he had twins, and he's like
to
older
another.
than- like 50.
He's with another black woman.
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's one example.
But you
Like
know
I'm
what?
saying, though.
But you know what? That makes me pose the question though. Is it? I think that's true love that he has with Taylor Swift and that she has with him because he can be his
Himself.
natural self.
Yeah,
Yes.
because if you go back and look at Travis Kelsey from like college, like since University of Cincinnati, that's where my son went. There's literally plastered all over the university. It is not the attractive Taylor or my God, not Taylor.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Travis
Kelsey.
Yeah.
Very awkward. And then if you go back to like high school, it's even more awkward.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
then he dated her And that's when he kind of blew up too in his football scene.
did.
So everybody was like, "Ooh, who's this sexy tight end? Who's he dating?"
Yeah.
And then Taylor came about, and then he turned back into himself.
Yeah.
Kayla,
I mean, because God only blesses real. So, you know, you can't bless you being somebody else. So maybe
Yeah.
he's being authentic with Taylor.
Yeah.
And maybe when he was with Kayla, he felt like he had to act like he was going to the barbecue.
And he was also at the peak of his like career. Not saying he's not. He's an amazing football player, but he was at this very peak of his career and had to kind of be out in the public and about in the public eye.
Yeah.
But he needs to bring that fade back and get rid of that trooper stash because he used to be sexy.
Yeah, it's definitely giving state trooper vibes. Like I thought they were going to pull me over, and not even like the good state trooper,
like Reno 911.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was definitely thinking Reno 911. 100%.
It's giving like asshole state trooper.
Yes, like he's gonna walk up with a stick up his ass.
Yes,
and he's gonna take you to jail. Like he's
Amy
gonna make
said,
sir
he
step out of the car.
Juice.
He did.
Yes.
He's like, sir, can you please step out of the car?
Even though you weren't the one driving.
Right.
Yeah.
He opened the back seat. Sir, step out of the car.
Did he do that 50 Cent meme? What did I do?
God. Okay. We all need to stop drinking the juice right now.
Oh, God. All right. Well,
man,
that was Big T with the tea. Y'all know I got some tea. I'm going to spill it here first on Mud Talk. So, all right. So before we do anything else, y'all know I always have to do what's called my Jackass of the Week. And that is when I have to call somebody to the carpet because they're doing a whole lot of Jackass.
Donald Trump?
No, it's not. He's
we already did
the
him.
Jackass of the year.
He's Jackass of the fucking century. Wait, allegedly. I don't want anybody coming to my house.
he's just a jackass.
Overall.
Overall.
Of the fucking
He
century.
is the mascot.
He's the president of
You
Jackass.
first was his cuss. Yes,
That's
it wasn't me.
it's because I'm drinking apple juice.
It wasn't me.
That's
Put it aside.
I
It's
am.
usually you.
I'm usually like 5 minutes in. I'm dropping all that. Words.
It's
You
because
know
I'm
what?
it's 'cause
You
I'm
know
on spring
what?
break.
Don't worry about it. We'll just blame Trump. Everybody's
He
Everybody
did
blame
it.
and
Trump.
everything.
I
free.
can't. I get very emotional.
Yeah.
Very. All the words come out,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're blaming Trump.
especially
no.
the F word because F him.
F him.
Okay. Moving on.
Moving on. But no, this week's Jackass of the Week is Usher. And so he's causing a lot of controversy right now. So Usher is showing support for Sean P. Diddy Combs, claiming the disgraced music mogul, who is currently serving a 50-month prison sentence after being convicted on 2 prostitution-related charges, is being misrepresented by the media. The new interview with Forbes, the Enterprise Zone, which I didn't know Usher was 47. Damn. But-
Excuse me.
Sorry, are you 47?
No, but that close. Jeez.
I didn't know he was 47.
He's like,
Doing it.
damn.
She's doing
I'm
it.
pretty soon I'll be drinking gin and juice and playing bunco in my basement. My lord.
He said that, he doesn't have anything negative to say about Combs. When Usher was asked to name a word that he associated with the songwriter's name, he responded, legacy. Noting that his take on Combs could be viewed as a bit controversial, he told the outlet that we can't ignore the reality of the history when it comes to the hitmaker. In many ways, I think certain people are prosecuted, maybe not recognized for greatness that they offered. I don't have anything negative to say about Sean Combs because my experience was not what the world has seen, and he's being misrepresented. Proclaiming that every man isn't perfect. I'm not saying that all of us don't have flaws, but I can't, with any sense of humanity, not recognize the valuable contribution that this man has made for us as Black entrepreneurs, for us as businessmen, for us as people who have transitioned culture and ideas into something that is tangible. Usher, who has worked with Combs since he was just a teen, went on to say that he acknowledges that so many people benefited from what the record label owner created, calling Combs by his former name Puff, and said that he was a really good mentor and a really, really good teacher. He said that that's who I see as the man, and that's what I choose to remember. I put respect on his name because I realized that what I learned as a businessman before I even understood what the business was came as a result of seeing the incredible things that he was able to do, and that the way he positioned himself as a businessman. But he is in a lot of hot water because people are feeling as if that he is dismissing what the women have gone through when it comes to the whole Diddy situation, and I kind of feel the same way. I just feel like just because what you experience doesn't negate the reality of what somebody else experienced. So yes, he could have been a great businessman. He could have been a business mogul, but he also was pimping women out.
Yeah.
He was giving them drugs. He was prostituting them. He was taking them across state lines. And so for you to ignore that reality of someone else's reality because you didn't experience that makes you a jackass.
Yeah.
You are a jackass.
I mean, when you think, I wonder, because he was a teen, and we think about part of this whole Diddy thing, if you go Puff, P, whatever he is, Puffy, Cole, whatever. When you go back to all of that, like he was like you said, Usher was a teen.
Yes.
And so when you think about is he so connected because he was under the influence of Puff back then?
Yes.
And it's almost, I don't want to say Stockholm syndrome because that's like kidnapping, but it's almost kind of like that. Like you're just so connected because, I mean, did he help him and mentor him? Yeah. Is he the reason why Usher is an artist? Probably. Was he a businessman that was very successful? Yes. And what he did is he took all of that and he used it for horrible things to other people, including, and allegedly, I don't know, I wasn't there, but from what I've heard, also Usher.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things where if you feel this way in private.
Yes.
There is zero reason for you to come out and say that, especially with the charge that he has. He can feel that way. He can have that, I don't even know, respect for him, I guess.
Yeah.
But to say it out loud for other people to hear and dismiss the fact that, and I don't know the context behind that either. Maybe there was a conversation where he was like, yeah, he did these things, but he was very much defending him. He's not getting a good trial. I mean, it's hard to ignore a lot of the facts.
Absolutely. But I think with Usher, for him, it's kind of like one of those things where like, you like, they would never do that. You know what I'm saying? And I think in his mind, that's like what it is. Like I've seen, his head. Yeah, in his head. Like I've seen, he's done all these good things. Like he would never do that. But
or all these good things negate all these other things over here because that was part of the life. And that's what a lot of people are trying to say about that. Yeah, it's just part of the way. That's the way, which is horrible.
It's horrible,
but that's just the way it was.
Yeah,
I mean, we were talking about off air. We were talking about the '90s and late '90s, early 2000s, and that was the rap life, I guess. You know, everybody's partying, and I mean, I think if all the things came out, there would probably be a whole lot more people in trouble.
Absolutely.
Because that was just kind of the way of life. So in his mind, that was normal.
Yeah.
And he was a good businessman, I guess.
So I'll say this. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but P. Diddy is not in jail because he was a great businessman.
No.
He's not in jail because he was a mogul. He's not in jail because he had a lot of money, right? Some could say that because he has all of those things, he did not go to jail earlier
or for more serious charges.
Charges. And sometimes in life, right, if we get away with things and we get away with things and we get away with things, sometimes we really have to be stopped in our tracks. Because if we are not stopped in our tracks, then it can get really crazy. And it already was crazy, right? So it can get really crazy. So yes, that might be Usher's opinion on Diddy, but we can't discount what we saw with our own eyes, right? And we also can't discount what other people were thinking. And the other piece to that is, yes, that might not have been your experience on the record label with him, but how about all of the other people on the same record label that has a contrasting story?
A different opinion,
and a different opinion.
And you can't tell me that Usher was never at those places that all of these things were happening and taking place, because he definitely was around it.
And I think,
I'm not saying he was participating in it. I'm just saying that he was definitely around it.
Oh, absolutely. But see, I think what it is with the Usher thing, he's using the word he's being misrepresented. He's not being misrepresented. The facts are there. The facts are the facts.
In fact, he got represented pretty damn well for only getting a prostitution charge.
Absolutely.
If we really want to talk about that, because he got a whole lot of other charges completely dismissed.
Yes. But what you can't do is say, oh, well, these women, their stories, oh, that's not true. He's been misrepresented. But all these women are saying the same exact story. And you like,
and men and other people. It's not just the women, it's everybody that was around it.
So to use the word misrepresented is really crazy.
No, he was accurately represented by people in their perception.
Yes. So
you know the most shocking thing that I saw, you kind of skipped over while you're reading, and this got me today too, because I was listening to a radio station and like, how is Jay-Z and Diddy both like 56 and 57? That's what threw me off. I was like, wait, no, they're still like in their late 20s in my head.
Yeah, no,
he's 56.
They are the
Jay-Z's what, 57?
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're beyond Thunder Daddy at this point. They're like, I don't know what you call them. Yeah. What do you call the oldest men?
Uncles.
No,
they get the full thing.
There's something past uncle. What's that one? Like
granddaddy.
Yeah, they're the granddaddies.
Great uncle.
They're the granddaddies.
The OG.
Right.
They're the granddaddy OGs.
Yeah,
that's what they are.
The granddaddy OG. The granddaddy.
Blew my mind. I was like, man, they're that old.
Yeah, they're older.
Yeah,
and I think with Diddy, I think it's a situation where you built up a lot, but it was a lot of stuff going on in that background.
Yes.
That you did build it up, but how did you build it up?
Right.
Yes.
And what did it get you?
Yes.
Right.
Because where are you
Yes.
at now, and what are you going to come out
Yes.
with?
And the things that you put people through
Yeah.
in order to build that. I mean, the drugs and the alcohol and the transporting across state lines. I mean, and then even if you just see the groups that he had, there were some groups that were locked into contracts and he wasn't releasing their music.
Yeah.
And you just
if you listen to someone like the Making of the Band and
Yes.
their stories about how they couldn't get their their tracks or whatever they do, they pay for the copyrighted songs or that released, or the awful things that he made them do, how he made them look, how he made them dress,
making them walk across the New York Bridge for cheesecake.
Right.
Like that was.
I don't like bridges, but I would probably walk across the bridge for some cheesecake. I'm not gonna lie.
For the Cheesecake Factory.
Nah, you will walk over
You
that
said
bridge
New
for
York
that
cheesecake. There was
No,
a big
I
difference.
said they walked across the New York Bridge to get cheesecake.
Oh,
They
Cheesecake
went
Factory?
to Cheesecake Factory.
Oh well,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, no.
I thought you meant like legit, real,
No,
good,
no.
not
They walked
chain.
across the Brooklyn
Yeah.
Bridge to get cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that one,
But
but
I will say this though. The beautiful thing about life though is he can change.
Yeah.
But he just has to be the one to make the change.
Absolutely.
But he can change.
yeah,
Right. So he can get out and he can be a totally different
Yeah.
Diddy.
But with that change, though, also
he would have to change his name again too, just so you know.
Yeah.
You
might-
got
the
Sean,
evolution
change your
of-
name, the
yeah.
evolu-
You might as well just Granddaddy Sean.
Granddaddy
Let's just
Sean,
do that.
Yeah.
But with that change too, also hold yourself accountable.
For sure.
You have to hold
Absolutely.
yourself accountable.
For sure.
Because with accountability, you have to address what you did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can't just be like, all right, well, I'm going to be different. No, address what
Like
you did.
actions.
Yes.
You can say everything all day long. We got to see it.
Absolutely, yes. So,
And he's got kids and probably grandkids or about to have grandkids on the way. Like,
yeah.
go be an old man and
Yeah.
And stop drugging people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Crack
what is with you? And what is with you in your cocaine conversations
He was
today?
doing it. He
Crack
had
is
pink
whack.
cocaine.
Y'all heard
You said
Auntie Whitney.
He had pink cocaine.
Yeah.
I didn't even
Do
know
they
that.
dye it pink? Or is it just like?
I don't know. You tell me. I'm not in.
Why would I know that? I don't do cocaine either. What? No, but I just want to know. Like, do they dye it, lay it out, or is it like a brand of? Like, is there a pink flower? Doesn't it come from a flower? The coca.
No, it comes from a coca. Like
Isn't that a flower?
coca bean.
Yeah.
Is it from a white flower? I don't know. If you
We'll have to do a
listeners, if
Google
you know
search.
anything about cocaine, just go ahead and put that in the comments. Let us know. How do you make
Don't put in
pink
the comment,
cocaine?
just shoot us an inbox.
Yeah, and DM us. I'll answer that DM.
We do not condone doing
Not at
drugs.
all. You should not. Drugs are
Let me
bad.
put up that one disclaimer. The views of Mug Talk Podcast are
Yes.
personal perspectives.
Shut up.
Yes,
Do not represent any
But it is made from a coca leaf,
Yeah.
and then it's made into paste.
I feel like the
And
flowers
yeah,
are white
yeah.
though.
How do you know so much about this?
Or maybe
Why
I'm
not
thinking
so
about
much about
opium.
it?
Maybe
Because I'm
opium's a white
inquisitive.
flower.
Oh, okay.
He's
You
inquisitive.
inquisitive, so you was like,
He
Chat
just-
GPT.
When you just go to like a coke dealer and be like, "Hey, tell me how you grow."
I'm inquisitive.
Can I see your Chat GPT history?
It's cool stuff in my history.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll look at it later.
Okay, that's cool.
Just don't look at his browser history.
I'm not doing that. Or his photo albums. I want to see all that.
All right, man. Well, Usher was our jackass of the week, so
Yeah,
let's
he
go
was.
ahead and give him that jackass sound real quick.
Yes. That was good.
Yes, thank you.
That was good.
He did it. He first try.
Yeah, man. Well, B
Hit
is
that
for
button on
bone.
the.
I thought we was
You
gonna
said
get
B
the
is for what?
For bone.
Oh.
No applause. No applause. All right, y'all. We gonna go ahead and take a commercial break. When we come back, we have Eric Chase in the building. We're gonna be tapping in with him, and Miss Amy's gonna be putting him in the hot seat with our Fast Five
We're
game.
putting us all in the hot seat. Everybody's
Oh,
in the hot seat.
everybody. Oh,
Yeah, we're
shoot.
just gonna do a final five. A
Final five. I like that.
Yeah, we call it the final five.
The final
we
five.
do all the good interview questions and the serious stuff, and you got to answer all my fun stuff. We're all gonna answer the fun
I
stuff.
love that.
Cool.
All right,
and it's
so
random.
yes, so all right, so don't go nowhere. Keep it locked, y'all. Is Mud Talk. Want to get the word out about your business or organization? Well, the Hottest Podcast now offers the hottest sponsorship packages, starting as low as $15. That's right, $15 will help you get your business and organization out to millions and millions of listeners heard around the world. So make sure you go to the official Mud Talk Facebook page and check out our sponsorship packages right now. The Hottest Podcast is back with new merch dropping right now. Tap in and check out our latest in hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and Now we have official Mud Talk water bottles and more. So make sure you head over right now to the official Mud Talk merch store and get into it. And right now, if you order, you'll get 25% off of all of the latest merch in our Mud Talk merch store. So go over to our Instagram page at Mud Talk 419 and get into all of the latest, newest merch that is available right now. Mud Talk, the only podcast that brings you the latest in music, news, and fashion, and the only show that keeps our ears to the streets while you grind and shine.
We want to give a shout out to our season 4 sponsor, A Servant's Heart LLC. A Servant's Heart prides themselves in community care. They offer non-medical and HPC transportation, as well as home personal care. For questions, to schedule consultation, or to join their team of professionals, you can follow them on Facebook at A Servant's Heart LLC. Email them at aservantshearttoledo@gmail.com. That's 2 T's. Or give them a call at 419-407-5399. So thank you again to A Servant's Heart for their support of the Mud Talk podcast and being our season 4 sponsor.
Hey.
Yeah. You already know what it is when we talk. It's different. Yeah. This that mud talk, real talk, no filter from the bottom out. Build different, no quitter. If it's pressure, we apply that. If it's smoke, we supply that. This that mud talk, straight facts, no cap. If we said it, then we meant that. From the city to the worldwide, yeah. When we speak, it's amplified. We came from the mud, now we moving with vision. Turn pain into power, made hustle a mission. Culture, community, truth in the room. If it's real, we address it, no sweep with a broom. Debates get loud, but respect stays solid. If it's growth, we invest in knowledge. Mental health, music, streets, and business. If it matters to the people, we in it. No scripts, no gimmicks, just vibes and real perspectives. You tune in once, now you locked in, connected. This that mud talk, stand tall, no fold. Conversations worth more than gold from the mud, but we shine like that. Hit play once we whine like that. Mud talk, where the real ones speak. Yeah. You already know what it is when we talk. It's different. Yeah. This that mud talk, real talk, no filter from the bottom out. Build different, no quitter. If it's pressure, we apply that. If it's smoke, we supply that. This that mud talk, straight facts, no cap. If we said it, then we meant that. From the city to the worldwide, yeah. When we speak, it's amplified. We came from the mud, now we moving with vision. Turn pain into power, made hustle a mission. Culture, community, truth in the room. If it's real, we address it, no sweep with a broom. Debates get loud, but respect stays solid. If it's growth, we invest in knowledge. Mental health, music, streets, and business. If it matters to the people, we in it. No scripts, no gimmicks, just vibes and real perspectives. You tune in once, now you locked in, connected. This that mud talk, stand tall, no fold. Conversations worth more than gold from the mud, but we shine like that. Hit play once we whine like that. Mud talk, where the real ones speak.
What's good, y'all? We are back here on Mud Talk. I want to say thank you to everybody who tunes in and taps in with us each and every Friday night. And also thank you to you who listen to us, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, or whether you listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Sirius XM Radio, iHeartRadio, or wherever you stream your favorite podcast. We appreciate you. And shout out to everybody who's been buying the merch, man.
Yes.
So make sure y'all go tap
And when
in.
you buy it, take a selfie or take a picture and slide into our DMs with your picture. That picture,
Yes.
only that picture.
Yes, don't slide in
And-
our DMs for other stuff.
And no other pictures. Only you and merch.
Yes,
And we'll
fully
post it on our-
clothed in merch, please. we got to.
I don't need it wrapped around any body parts.
We have to be real
Hanging off
specific.
They
anything.
might want to give you a show.
I don't
You
need
never
that
know.
show. I don't want that show. But we'll post it on our socials so we can see all of our
Yes.
viewers and their
Because if you post anything crazy, we will put you in the group chat.
you'll be in that group
You will
chat.
be in the group chat for
We
sure.
had a whole episode called Slid Into the DMs where I read all of the slides.
Yeah.
Shay, Renee, and I,
Yes.
we read all the DM
Yeah,
slides.
so speaking, guess what? You can't pull out what you never slid into. So stop
Okay,
sliding
let's-
into our
That's the
DMs.
word. Say that. Wow.
So just, okay.
That was that trap church.
Was that trap church or sex ed? I don't know what I
That
was
was
listening
trap
to.
church.
Cue up the organ.
Yes. You can't slide in, but you never slid in.
There should be 0 organs.
You ain't
No
like-
organs. I don't want organs sliding anywhere.
Preach.
Preach.
Preach. Preach.
If I still taught sex ed, I would take that and I would
You
use
should.
that. What is it? You can't pull out anything you didn't slide in.
into. Yeah. But I also say you can't slide out what you never slid into. And I don't mean necessarily that.
No, we know what you mean, but it sounds
But-
awful.
Well, yeah. But so on the Rising Right Weekend show, we were talking about how, you know, like when people expect you to come places and you really don't want to go because you're like, man, I don't want to go.
I don't go.
And so we had this whole conversation about like, should I really go if I never committed? And I said, you can't slide out what you
No.
never slid into. If you never told those people you were coming, how you mad because I didn't show
Well,
up?
and even if I told him I was coming, there's a chance I'm not going to show up, and it's okay
Yeah, it's okay.
because I'm probably going to fall asleep on my couch as soon as the shoes come off.
Yeah. That's why I tell people all the time, don't plan nothing on a Sunday because I'm not coming.
Yeah,
If Chick-fil-A is closed, so am I.
I think my favorite line is, "You don't have to plan around me.
Yeah.
You just do what you're going to
Do what
do."
you gonna do? I may be there, I may not.
If I say that, I'm probably not coming.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, I'm not
Yeah,
coming.
not coming.
So, all right, y'all. Well, we told y'all we have a special guest in the building. You probably heard his voice on the radio from Q105. Let's give it on up for Mr. Eric Chase, y'all. Give it up for Eric. Clap, 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 clap,
That's a
clap.
lot of clap.
It is a lot of clap there. No one wants to clap. Just saying.
I've never had a sound effect for me before. Thank you.
There you go.
Oh, it's your first.
It's your
My first
first.
sound effect,
My first. I'm going to get you a Montauk shirt, and then it'll say my first sound effect.
Yes.
That's my first.
How-
which I
sound
would wear
effect.
before I send into the DMs.
Well, if you slide in appropriately, we will welcome it.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah, appropriate slide.
appropriate slide in. You
Yes.
can't slide in, but you never slid into.
Nominating
Can't
top
pull
five
out what you
teacher.
never slid into. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's going to be his tagline.
Yeah.
He is Teacher of the Year because
Yep.
of
His
this.
favorite slogan was, you can't pull out what you never slid into.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right. So, Eric, so for people in Toledo who may not know you, tell the people a little bit about you.
I have now lived here for 13 or 14 years. I moved
Okay.
here in 2013 after moving around a lot due to what I do in radio. I'm originally from Philadelphia.
Okay.
Been here. I started when I started working here in 2013. I worked at 92.5. I oversaw that radio station, and then began to do the morning show on there. That went sideways, which is a longer story, but it worked out well for me. In 2017, I decided to either try to make things work here, whether it was in media or otherwise. But I had realized that this was now my home. I made a lot of great contacts, a lot of good friends.
Yeah.
I still had some mental health advocacy paths to travel down,
Yeah.
and it all worked out well. It was a smart risk, a smart gamble. I take a lot of risks, but I like to think they're pretty thoughtful and strategic. That one worked out, and that 9 years ago now, almost a decade, feels like it's been 2 years. Some days it feels like it's been 20 years, but I'm glad I decided to stay because I didn't want to go to another radio job as radio was diminishing in listenership. I didn't want to go somewhere else and lose that job because they needed to make cuts because they couldn't afford to pay X amount of staff and start all over again. So that's why I decided to hunker things down here and see things through in Toledo. And thankfully, do you have an effect for that?
Wait.
Claps?
I'll
Claps?
pick one.
Thank you. I'll take anything.
That was it. That was kind of the right one.
It's
I don't
kinda,
know.
yeah.
D is for drum.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So, are you an Eagles fan?
I'm not really a sports
No,
fan.
he's not sports.
I follow sports and know sports,
Yeah.
but I also did sports talk radio at a couple places.
Yeah.
And when I started doing that, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to be like these people who call into these stations. They're lunatics. Like literally, there's people's lives who are ruined by their team losing on Sunday. Like it takes you to a Wednesday to recover. Like,
Yes.
like you've got an actual hangover from
Yes.
hard drugs or not.
Stop pointing. Everyone's pointing at me. I don't do drugs. I don't do drugs. I just need to say
Let's put
that.
that out there. Miss Brandy
I do
does
not do drugs.
So I know my sports, but like I don't watch games or
Yeah.
anything. I'll second screen some things on Twitter. Like
Yeah.
yesterday was Major League Baseball opening day. As I was
Yeah.
watching a show on Netflix, I was checking scores and
Just
stuff like
keeping
that.
track,
But
yeah.
I don't watch it like I used to. But I'll still have the discussions with people because people are so passionate about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sports is passionate. I currently have my children fighting in our group chat, our family group chat, about their brackets because my daughter is winning
Is she?
over the whole family.
Nice.
And my son, who started it, is in 133rd out of 136.
But it's not
Be like that
At least
sometimes.
it's
You're not last. That's why I
Yeah,
did
I'm
say
about to
that.
say,
I said
not
you are
last.
not last.
Yeah.
But she's doing good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it can cause some fights.
Yeah. Now, well, speaking of sports, you have some stuff going on with the Toledo Lions, right?
Just the usual. It's become now like I don't feel so arrogant or conceited to say this. It's now an annual opening day live broadcast that we're going to do. We did it for Tony Pacos at Pacos for a bunch of years. They've changed their operations and since closed the downtown location.
Okay.
So myself and several of our other stations, we're going to have like a mini radio row outside the Cock and Bull. Hopefully some decent weather. Hopefully weather will cooperate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enough to have us all out there and enjoy being out like in the middle of the street, so to
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah.
And I'll do my show from 12 to 4 that day. Some of our other Cumulus stations will be out there. So like I said, like a mini radio row for opening day,
Okay.
When is opening day?
the 7th.
Okay.
Yep. It's
I
coming
think
up.
that's what.
It's a Tuesday.
And I feel like the weather is
breaking.
hopefully going to
Yeah.
hold off
Yeah.
for that. Yeah.
But it can be tricky because I remember like sometimes it's rained before it. I think it's like been super cold.
It's been so they start tonight, and
Okay.
they've started their season earlier, and it goes a little longer now. In the last 3 or 4 years, they've started at home, so it's been now as opposed to the 7th or like
Yeah.
the middle of April. In my time here, I've done opening day because of all my media stuff. I lived downtown when I first moved here, so opening day is like kind of embedded into my veins now. There's literally been one nice opening day since I've lived here. It was 2018.
Yeah.
It was 72 and sunny.
Beautiful.
I felt like we were on another planet.
Yeah.
Because it's
Because you weren't bundled up and it wasn't snowing.
Yeah.
snowing, cold drizzle. Last year it poured.
I remember that. Yeah.
It poured. I was downtown at like 11, and it was like something I'd never experienced before. It was a Friday, and we've had these Friday opening days.
Yeah.
People are more apt to take off for the whole day. But nobody showed up downtown till like after 2:00. Everybody waited out the rain. The year before, it was sunny, but 40 something. The year before, 23, it was another downpour.
Yeah.
I think 22. It's wild how I know the weather for all these days because
You have to sit in it for hours.
not sit in it, but
You get the privilege of getting to broadcast in all of the Ohio weather.
yeah, exactly. Which, but
That's such a
2
privilege.
weeks ago we had like all of it in like the whole week.
We did
That-
the whole day. I think like
Yeah.
a whole solid snow rain
What was
storm.
it? A couple Mondays ago, it was almost 80.
Yeah.
And then I think it got super cold. The end of the week, we were all like Dorothy waiting for our houses to get blown
Yes.
away.
Yes.
It's been wild even for here.
Well, last night I felt like Dorothy and the
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz, like I was gonna be swept up.
Well, I texted him because I said, "Is it hailing where you are?" Because I saw these golf balls saw as hail,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden everything went still and the sky turned green. I'm like yelling at the dogs to get downstairs. They're looking at me like, "Oh, we're gonna go play." I was like, "Get downstairs!" And there was no tornado. I don't know what I was thinking, but it sounded like it was gonna break my windows. Like it was
Yeah.
so big and it was like slamming the windows, and I just
Yeah. When she texted me, I was leaving bar 145, and I told her I was like, "Well, if I get swept up, at least I'll feel good. I won't feel it."
well, yes.
So, what made you fall in love with radio and get behind the mic?
Oh, that's a good question. When I was a kid growing up in the late 80s, early 90s, I always liked listening to radio stations. I loved like hearing countdowns and like new music. I also loved listening to sports talk. My dad caught on eventually, but when I was really young, I would get sick. I'd get like a stomach thing the Monday after Selection Sunday because I would want to sit at home with the newspaper and read all the capsules for the tournament and listen to sports talk radio about, because Philly basketball, Philly college teams were really good back then. My dad eventually just let me stay home for the heck of it. But between listening to music on the radio and countdowns and DJ sets and sports talk radio, it was just always a part of my life. And then I had some some opportunities that opened up to me, and I saw them all the way through. And again, more strategic gambles that paid off for me.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: who was it that you patterned yourself after? When it came down to broadcasting, who was somebody that you said, you know what, I like the way that they are on camera, the way that they are behind the mic, that made you into who you are today?
Nobody that I modeled myself after. I needed to have my personality and who I could be, the kid that I was in school, the kid that cracked jokes, got stuck out in the hallway because I was disruptive, but I would always want to do my oral book reports first, and I'd always get pulled off stage like Grammy music because I was always yakking. But when I moved to Detroit, there was a guy, an outlandish guy. His name was Tic Tac. Everybody knew this guy. He pulled some wild radio stunts. You guys are familiar with Woodward in Detroit?
With where?
Woodward, the road.
Yes.
Oh, Woodward, yeah.
He did one thing one day that it caused a lot of trouble. He was allowed to get up to the line, hover over it, and then cross over it sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes too far. He got in a lot of trouble with this Woodward prank he pulled. I don't know if it was on April Fool's Day or not, but he put something out on the radio, and this is before you could look everything up and verify everything. He's like, there's going to be a law in effect, and I think it was just in Roseville, which is like the northern part of where Woodward runs. And he's like, you can no longer, so this is 98, 99, 99. You can no longer smoke in your car while you're driving on Woodward. It was bad. Police stations were involved.
Oh, wow.
Council people were involved. And I remember one night I was working overnight, and he and his crew he worked from 7 to midnight. And he and his crew would hang out in the production studio, or they'd go to like a Coney Island, go to a club, go to a Coney Island, come back to the radio station. I'd still be there doing overnights. And he just like shook me out of it. He's like, stop being so stiff. I think I had a piece of tape on the control board so my mic wouldn't go up too high. He's like, take that off. He's like, just be you.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I said his name was Tic Tac. My boss at the time hated that he had a bunch of Tic Tacs running around because everybody thought they were entitled to do what
they wanted. Yeah.
But that he kind of unlocked me and let me see, watching him, just the way he could evoke emotions of all kinds in people, from the best to the bad. Watching him do that and be entertaining rather than just talk over songs and this is that, here's this, and like really making the show about him, but also weaving the music into it because it was a part of the fabric of things. But watching him do it, having him encourage me and kind of coach me from time to time is what allowed me to find my way. So I wasn't boring on the radio.
Well, and speaking of you having great mentors, what makes a good radio host? So if someone was coming to you and say, Eric, I want to be on the radio, what would make a good radio
Eric,
host?
I want to be on the radio. What would make a good host?
You guys.
Well, there's that.
There's that.
You guys are prepared. You have good chemistry. You don't like free fly this thing. You've got your stories coming into it. That's important. But some people have it and some people don't. There's a girl that I work with. She was like an intern for us back on the Morning Rush, and
that's what it was called. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what it was.
Why did you just ask?
I used to listen to it all the time. That's why I'm like, what was it called? I'm sorry. Keep going.
So we had this girl. We call her Haji, and she wasn't Indian or anything. Like her last name was like Hajnaki, so we call her Haji. And we would bring people on the air and see what they could offer and stuff. And I just said to her one day, I was like, look, you are better off being like super producer. And short story short is she's been a producer at WTOL and a really good one for like a decade now. And she's like, thank you for telling me that, where you thought I'd be best. It's because she didn't have the personality to be larger than life, but she had all the P's and Q's taken care of. Nobody can make somebody have a personality. Whereas I used to read in somebody who was my mentor who brought me into things. We had dozens of trade magazines that would come in from all over the industry, and they'd interview radio people from all over the country. And I'll never forget one guy whose name was in a lot of these things. I was like, he's probably good at his job. He said, he worked at a radio station in San Francisco. He said, you give me some kid out of radio school who knows how to run the board and everything, but give me the coolest kid in the city, and I'll put him on and I'll teach him how to run all this stuff, or get someone to do it for, because you can't give somebody a personality. You can teach somebody all the mechanics of things, but you can't teach someone to be interesting.
Right. Find the class clowns. Like, and it's so funny because I work with students and I can tell you who's going to be the ones on TV, radio, influencers, comedians, because they're the ones that everyone's like, go to hall, be quiet.
There's a fine line though between them and what they'll be and going to jail.
Well, right. If I can channel them into the right positive direction, you're right, because they could be also doing that in jail. But no, I agree with you. I think that those are the kids that you want. I mean, you probably got talks too much on every report card that you ever had growing up. Socializes too much, talks too much. Too silly.
I know I did.
I was more chatty when I had the chance to, I look back and go, okay, now I see what Tic Tac unlocked in me.
Yeah.
I wasn't really chatty in class, but when I got the opportunity to go up in front of class, a switch.
You were the performer.
A switch went on.
Yeah, you were
and it still is that now. But then I realized school started way too early and I can go to sleep. I slept in class more than I talked.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom used to tell me all the time, she'd be like, shut up, like on the grade cards, like, shut the fuck up.
You got one.
I mean, well, we already started.
I already popped that cherry.
Yeah. Yeah, she would say, like, shut the fuck up. And it's funny because I'm like, I do, podcasts and stuff now. But when I'm off of this mic, I love silence. I'm like, everybody just
you hate quiet, he's like an old
coyote.
grandpa. You're like an old grandpa. There's too much noise.
It's too much noise. Quiet coyote.
Yeah. But I think that's just with age too, because I used to like a lot more noise than I like now. But I did the same thing. I got talked too much, and then I got to look at my mom and say, "Haha, I talk for a living now."
Do they still do grades, Ty, where they give you the straight letter grade, but then they give you the behavior or effort part of it?
Yeah.
Grade A. Behavior, 10, bad, very bad.
That was my favorite when I'm not a teacher anymore, but when I was a high school teacher for 9 years before I was a counselor, I loved, because when I found out you could create your own comments, I was so fun. Because there's a lot of them you just have a standard, like you talk too much, or socialize too much, or never comes to class on time. But when our one program, I could type in my own. Oh, I loved it.
Yeah, we have that at school. I usually say, Craig is a pleasure to have in class. However, he would benefit from shutting the fuck up.
I hope you don't. But you know what I always say? Your child is very spirited. Spirited is my word for your child drives me up a wall.
Mine is, it's a pleasure to have them in class, and there's nothing else. They're like, damn, that's it. I'm like, you talk to them. That's a whole bunch of fucked up shit I could put on here.
Your child has great leadership skills and will run an entire corporation someday, or end up in prison. It's one of the two. I'm just kidding. I don't write that.
Now, Eric, do you feel like radio has changed since you first started? And if it has changed, in what ways has it changed?
How about this? How has radio changed since you first started?
Yes.
It's not how radio has changed, other than, unfortunately, in 96 or 97, there were some legal changes that allowed companies to own more properties. And I won't get too technical with this. But when that happened, consolidation happened. And then we got massive amounts of debt. And then the music industry, radio, and record labels did not react well to Napster.
Oh, I remember Napster.
Yeah.
All the illegal downloading.
Other than, radio was a business like anything else. It had to make money. And with all the debt, unfortunately, a lot of people had to lose their jobs. And that took away a lot of people that had touch points in the community. And you got more syndicated radio. And I always say that radio was its own worst enemy. Yeah. Radio pushed people to these platforms that are gargantuan now because we got rid of local bodies. We had programming that wasn't necessarily local or very good, even though the company might tell you this is good for you. And I get it. You got to make hard business decisions. And there are some companies that will say that they threaded the needle perfectly, but they're the ones that were the most transformative that brought radio where it is now. But radio hasn't changed that much. If you guys, as you turn it on, it's probably very much the same as it was years and years ago. Other than, unfortunately, going back to money, there's a lot more commercials.
Or like half songs. That irritates me. Why are we playing half a song?
That's a TikTok thing, and that's changing now.
Okay.
We're getting back to 4-minute songs from 2-minute, 12-minute songs. That was a Spotify hack.
Okay, good.
The shorter the songs were, the more they could play. The more they play, the more money that can be made.
They get.
But radio, unfortunately, pushed allowed a lot of these platforms to come to life. And radio hasn't changed so much as technology has changed.
And how
so
people
many
consume things.
Yeah, I know sometimes I'm just like, damn, I didn't heard this song on this station at the same time this was playing. Because a lot of times, like, if I'm in the car and I might hear Chris Brown on 94.5, and then I hear the same exact song like on another station, I'm like, they must be related. Because why are they?
Because you can tell.
Well,
Yeah.
I can tell you didn't hear Chris Brown on 94.5.
No, you did not. You were hearing alternative. Wasn't it? Isn't it alternative?
Oh, no, that's our rock station.
That's a rock station.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh, 94.9. There we
Yes,
go.
yes.
94.9. That's what she meant to say.
94.9. There we go.
Let me ask you a question. So you've been in the broadcasting game for years at this point, right? But
Are you going to Jay-Z and Sean Combs me?
No.
No.
Definitely not Shaq Cole.
That's how loud you are. We're not that kind of podcast.
Right.
You know, just quick aside, you guys are talking about, and it always gets overlooked, and I get it. It is a product of where you grew up. Do you know how many bodies Jay-Z probably dropped with his drug dealing?
100%.
Yes.
So there we go.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. That's
I didn't
right.
say he was innocent.
Very good. Okay.
Allegedly.
Well, I'd rather you be a drug lord than
Allegedly.
you know.
We don't even know if that works if you say allegedly before, but we
It
do
doesn't.
that. Well,
It doesn't.
today it does. So allegedly.
What do you got, Greg?
Let me ask you something. So you've been in this broadcast industry. How does someone like you continue to perfect their craft so you can become better?
And evolve.
Yeah.
What I became, what you'd listen to, it was what it was. It was crystallized. I remember growing up listening to Howard Stern, and then I'd see around the radio industry, and there was Howard Stern. Some people would say he was a character. The character was an amplified version of himself. He decided to be boldly honest.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there were like larger than life, like true characters.
Yeah.
And I decided to go the route of authenticity. That's why it's wild to see, Gen Z and Alpha. They're like, authenticity. We invented it. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
So once I found my lane to just be who I am and honest, because I couldn't be that larger than life character. I didn't have that side of me.
Yeah.
That was crystallized. So what I have done to evolve and just hang on is to come hang with you guys.
Yeah.
Like not go podcast, that's competition.
Yeah.
Look down on things. And 10 years ago, if today I had a woman on the podcast, Burrito Blessings 419.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, it's a kind of a quirky name, and I was curious as to where that name come from. Is it a food truck? And they were connected to my friends at the Jewish Federation, so I brought her. She came by, and I will probably cut pieces of it up and put it on the radio show.
Yeah.
Super tight editing, but the full podcast is on, and she's going to run on our community affairs programming that runs across all of our stations Sunday morning. 10 years ago, I'd be like, what? No, like, I want to talk about the Usher story. So embracing those kinds of things and putting a heart to things and giving a lot of places, because while the real estate of radio and all legacy media is depressed, it's not dead.
Right.
Yeah.
And I never wanted to devalue what we do. So if I have the opportunity to especially if someone asks me if they can come, whether it's on the radio or the podcast, just sit and chat, whatever it is, I want to give them that audience because that's what keeps me going. That's what allows me to continue to do what I do. You guys didn't invite me if I didn't do that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I would have become. I think one of your questions was going to be like, how do you stay relevant? I mean, some people would say I'm not because I am on the radio.
Yeah.
But some people, I think this is. I'm proud of this. Some people know me more for like social media stuff or the radio is. They know me for my dogs.
Yeah.
The radio is so.
No, that's just because I stalked your Facebook page. Well, we've been Facebook friends for a while, so like I do notice when notice dogs.
But some people like will know me or know my voice in it, and the radio, especially because I'm not on like K100 or 92.5 anymore. The radio is like.
Were you on
7 for
K100?
them. No. But they and KISS are the titans of the market.
Yeah.
So because I don't have that large audience, radio for a lot of people is 7th or 8th on the list. And I hope that some of the things that they see me do will get them to listen to the
Bring them back
station
to the
for a little
radio.
bit.
Yeah.
That's the evolution. You can't. I learned very early on. You gotta do a lot of things. Like when I first got into this, you got to be good at production and scheduling a music log and talking to record label reps and then going out on the streets for street hits and then coming up with creative ideas.
Yeah.
And then we got to a point where like the internet really amped up in the early 2000s, and it was like you couldn't just do everything; you had to be good at a lot of things.
Yeah. Now,
And I would say, and you're relevant too because you've moved. You do radio, but you've also moved into the podcast world, which is now a very. I mean, that's your thing. Like that's kind of where people are going in that direction.
To me, all it is it's probably just cool points because I still have a far larger audience on radio than I do podcast. But it's just another one of those things that I had to add, which was fine because it's very easy to do. Like the hardest thing for me to embrace has been TikTok because I don't like watching videos. Yeah. So making them was not second nature to me, but I found my lane. I took my authenticity, little posts that might do well on Facebook or topics that do well elsewhere. Yeah. I'll take, 15 seconds of that and throw it on my TikTok, and it's not all fancy. My tits aren't hanging out or anything like that.
I mean, if they were, maybe you could get more views. I don't know.
Swear to God, look. So the face radio and all that, like, look, we all know that it helps to be extremely good looking. You will get more video travel that way than anything else.
Yeah.
I would argue that if your tits were hanging out too, that could.
Especially people going, Eric has tits? I had no idea.
They're like, whoa, hold on, back it up.
Yeah, but
stay tuned. Go follow his TikTok. You never know what you might see.
The podcasting was second nature. I remember I would come into my radio station when I was working in Allentown. So I loved electronic music before it became mainstream.
Like the Electric Light Orchestra? Is that like
Yellow?
That? Yeah, Yellow.
No.
I don't know.
Like the DJs and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like trance, and those are the things that I like.
I call that the doop music.
Yeah.
The rave music.
Yes, there you go.
The raves.
Or as the one good thing about electronic music going mainstream was it killed the word. Hey, if you play that techno song, it doesn't have any words, but you're like Sandstorm. Oh, I love that song. Play some of that techno. It killed that word.
Techno was a vibe for a while. So we'll call it rave music.
Yeah. And I went to them when I first moved to Detroit.
Raves?
In warehouses.
Oh, same. Before we got on air, we were talking about the 90s because they were in elementary school and we were not. We were in like high school.
Yeah,
after
I didn't
high
see any
school.
black kids at raves.
I honestly don't remember much from the raves.
Fair enough.
So I don't know who was there.
I didn't do drugs. I can tell you.
I didn't say I did, but I'm just saying.
The places they were in were like in the scariest, sketchiest neighborhoods.
Scariest sketches. Like, why am I going here? Why is everybody chewing on pacifiers?
Yes.
That was the other part of it.
Why is everybody drinking water? Why does everybody drink alcohol?
Because they were all on ecstasy, CL Styles.
Okay.
They were on ecstasy, and it makes you want to grind your teeth. So you grind your teeth. So then they would chew on pacifiers to like prevent that, and then drinking a ton of water because it dehydrates you.
Oh wow!
So that was part of the rave culture, and then all of the. Do you remember the little hand dancing?
Yeah, the hand gloves.
People would like handball. They would see the light, and they would be like dancing with the balls.
So let me ask you this. So on ecstasy, the jaws don't lock.
Asking her drug questions.
Why are you? I did teach drug education. Drug
when you were
prevention
at the X
education.
Games,
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. What are you asking me?
So
about
it does
ecstasy?
not make your jaw lock? Like
I've never heard of lockjaw from ecstasy.
Okay.
I don't know though. You said you went to the club for your radio station promo. Did you see anybody's jaws?
jaws locking.
I did. But
That's what I heard.
how it got locked might have come from drugs, more likely alcohol,
Right.
but it wasn't directly because of that.
Because of the-
It was something else.
That's what I was thinking.
Now, you might be thinking it's something sexual, but it's also because I saw a lot of fights, and
That too.
a lot of fights get broken up.
Fights,
Yeah.
broken up, sexual things, but not ecstasy. I don't know. I just remember there was a lot of lights and there was a lot of pacifiers and water and techno music. No. It wasn't called that back then. It wasn't called that back then though. Like we used to call it what? Like
We call it dance music.
dance,
But
rave music. Yeah.
Then when pop radio blew back up in the boy band era,
Oh yeah.
and there were some dance songs that filtered in. People call them, "Hey, could you play that techno song?" Oh my god!
Yeah,
we,
no.
we always knew what they were talking about. though.
Yeah, because you knew.
But they call it EDM music now, right?
Yeah,
EDM now,
That's
yeah.
kind of like gone sideways.
Oh.
People who were coming of age with that music and moved that into the mainstream found their genres. Like they like house or trance or progressive. Like
Yeah.
they really
there's a whole yes, there are niches of all of
The
them.
only time I hear that music is when I go to Pudding Day. That shit is
Or
everywhere.
back at Bowling Green.
Oh yeah, uptown, downtown.
Yeah.
I mean, are you talking about like now, currently?
Well, no,
Yeah.
Back in the day.
yeah, back in the day, I can't tell you what they do.
See, and when I was at Bowling Green, everybody was backing that ass up.
Yeah.
When we went
There
to
was
Bowling
none of
Green,
that.
they were doing the Duke music.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So
No, we were
let me
not.
ask you this. So you've been in this game for years as well. What would you classify as your best time in the music industry?
Yeah.
That's a tough question.
Yeah.
I can find things that I loved on all of my stops, really. I have very few regrets in life, and really none relate to my career. It sounds trite and very like old and sage, which you keep alluding to me as.
Yeah.
But I have lessons that I've taken from everywhere. I brought up the techno thing because when I was in Allentown, I'd go in Monday mornings, 2008, 2009, and I'd schedule my music logs for the week. And there was a recorded DJ broadcast from over in the UK, super big DJ. Oh God, why does his name? Judge Jules.
Okay.
Super big global DJ. And I would listen to the recording of his Friday night show while I was scheduling my music Monday morning.
Yeah.
It was like a proto podcast, a recording of a broadcast.
Okay.
Then when I was there, I was doing a sports show, and we took the recording of it and put it on the platform. It was a podcast. So the whole podcast thing to me has been like with me for almost 20 years now.
Yeah. Why do you think podcasts get such like a stigma behind it? Because I think sometimes people look at podcasts like, oh, they're trying to compete with
Oh,
radio.
your little
things like that.
podcast.
Yeah.
What's the stigma?
Up that
Wait, is it being misrepresented?
allegedly. Well, the stigma with podcasts is like, oh, it's not radio, but it is radio. Like people, I feel like sometimes kind of look down on podcasts sometimes, because I mean, we've had that before. It was like, oh, that little podcast.
Your little podcast.
Yes.
I don't know. I see it from another lens. I look at it as like people look up. Like there are people who I will literally look at me and go, or think like, just talk about your dogs. Just talk about your dogs.
Yeah.
And I say a podcast, like, oh shit, where's that at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I am on the radio every fucking day playing
Yeah.
all these cool songs.
Yeah.
But you want to go to my podcast for burrito blessings?
Yes.
So
And dogs.
I see it yes.
Yeah.
So I see it the other way.
I think here's what I agree with you. Here's what I think it is. Because all of the FCC regulations and rules and things that you have to follow on radio, you do have to kind of filter a little bit.
Yeah.
We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
So, and I think, and you get to see the real, not that you don't see, because I do feel like I was very connected to, I've always listened to morning shows ever since as soon as I started driving, most of the time, listening to morning shows all the way through now. I still listen to a morning show on my way to work. So I think that you see a little bit of the people, but in podcasts, like people will walk up to us and literally feel like they know me because of the amount that you can, I think, unfilter and just talk your dogs, burritos.
I get stunned, and this happens once or twice a year, where somebody says to me online, they see one of my videos, they didn't follow me, but it made their way to them. I'm like, I had no idea what you look like. I'm like, do you not have the internet?
Right.
Like, you've been able to, you've listened to me, but you never had the curiosity to.
Right.
Okay.
But I would have recognized your voice before I knew what you looked like because I always listened to your morning show.
The one thing that will keep radio alive as long as it wants to live is it is still habitual, because so many people, it is still, we like convenience, and we are still a little bit too lazy to plug our phones in to get to our podcast or whatever we want to listen to time shifted, rather than just going, oh, there's your show on. So it's still so easy to listen to radio, and we are predominantly a medium of commuters. Like if people stopped going to work, like if we ever went to a 4-day work week, radio would probably be the first thing to collapse, because that's 20% of what we have gone, because radio still does very well with people in their cars. We have some new data tracking, and it's wild to see it. It's like up in the morning, it slows in the midday because people will plug in their headphones or anything like that, and then it goes back up when people drive.
Yeah, and sometimes when you're in your car, you're like, I don't want to hear what's on my playlist. I want to listen to, the Breakfast Club or hear an interview or just some music that you haven't heard in a long time. So I know sometimes for me, I'm like, I don't feel like putting it into the aux.
Yeah.
Do you feel like maybe that notion might be there because there are so many people that can readily get into podcasting? So maybe it's because it's oversaturated at times. Well, that's why that could be the case as well.
Well, I was going to say that too. I was going to say, because everybody and their mama and grandmama think they can be on a podcast.
And they can't.
And they cannot. And people will start a podcast and they either won't be consistent or they see the work that goes behind it and they're like, oh, I don't want to do this shit anymore. Yeah. And so just because
or they're just boring, like you said, they don't have the personality.
But just because you go onto Facebook Live and you get a lot of views because you're yelling at your phone does not mean
your tits are hanging out.
That too. But that does
if your tits are hanging out and they're nice, you're going to be fine. Doesn't matter how interesting you are.
Bad tits.
Bad tits do not equal good podcasts. Just so
There's
you know.
my line.
Bad tits don't get views.
Bad tits don't get views.
I guess I could say this. You're helping me like coalesce the math in my head. The majority of radio, a high percentage of radio stations, 90+% are quality or good quality. It's not garbage.
Yeah.
It's probably the reverse with podcasts.
Yeah.
Like only 10 or 15% are quality and listenable. We have my best friend, who is one of my best friends. Is our engineer, and he likes a lot of like Asian culture and Asian music.
Yeah.
And he has bought some time on our station, and he's now doing a VTuber show. You guys know what VTubers
Not
are?
at all.
They're people that make up avatars on the internet. They sing, they do all the stuff.
Oh, wow.
But it's he loves it. And he has started getting
We
those
love
songs.
that for him.
Right, exactly. He started getting those songs, and he made his own show. And he's like, hey, I need you to interview my host. Granted, when I've seen this host, she is an avatar, like a cartoon character. Whatever, I don't care. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. I mean, I'm glad that you're doing the show, whatever. He's like, yeah, I got her an interview for these people, and it was awful. And I listened to it. And the first thing I did when I had her on, I was like, I am so sorry that they did that to you.
Yeah.
Another example before I explain
Wait,
exactly.
was she a real? I'm sorry.
She is a real person.
Okay, because I'm over here like, were you apologizing to a cartoon?
I was like,
What is happening?
he was interviewing AI. Like,
No, she's a real person. She just has and she does like Twitch and all that stuff.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I went to Motley High School a couple weeks ago. An English class was doing some podcasting.
Shout out to our alumni, by the way.
And a couple weeks after, we were still exchanging some emails, and I was like, it's rare. I didn't think I would have this, but I have something for you that is an awful podcast for your students to listen to actually critique, and they will right away go, this is awful. Like these two, do you guys remember the two young black kids on YouTube who heard Phil Collins in the air tonight and lost their minds?
Yes, because I know exactly what you're talking about. They listen to a lot of songs for the first time.
Right.
Yes,
so
I do.
They were great, but this is what I imagine those two kids interviewing this girl, not being prepared, like cackling the whole time.
Yes.
It was unlistenable. That's why I sent it to the Mom E teacher to listen to. I was like, this is bad. Let them judge this. That's most of what podcasts are.
Yeah.
Now, if you send them Mud Talk, you better be real selective about what you send them.
Like, here's an example of a good
Yes.
podcast.
You can send them the Educator Week episode and only that one.
Yeah, that's the only one that's kid friendly around here. Or the one we have Bishop Randall Park.
Yeah, the bishop or the
The educators.
teachers. Yeah.
And like she said, the barrier for entry is so low, but the hard work and then the lack of immediate stardom also gets to people and runs them out.
Yeah.
That's why I think I know I told you before, I don't know if I said when you guys visited, I always caution people, there's only two directions to go with starting a podcast. You already have a bit of a following and you'd like to add a platform like how I added TikTok, or you want to do it as a hobby. Because the chance of you making money, of having the amount of followers you're hoping for, it's almost in the negative. Like, and I don't mean to shoot anybody's dream down. Yeah. But if too many people, we got caught up in the time of, well, I don't need to get a job. I can just be famous with a single post.
Yeah.
But the chance, there's 3 million, there's 300 million other people thinking the same thing.
Right.
It's both, I think, easier and harder than ever to become famous.
Yes.
There's so much less gatekeeping, but you can get weeded out pretty quickly. You guys have not, because you're prepared. You have good stuff. You're timely. You're consistent. You offer the audience something. You just don't turn microphones on without a plan and shoot the shit and cackle and whatever nonsense.
Yeah.
Which it might seem like that sometimes to our audience, but you heard it from him.
Organized chaos.
This is organized chaos.
It's organized chaos.
Some boss, some morning show coach had told me a long time ago, the most disorganized sounding morning shows that you regularly keep listening to, they're planned. Like they have their outline, but they're just so talented. They have so much chemistry. They get off on a tangent and they are coached or they know intuitively, all right, this is getting a little too wacky, back to the outline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So with that, since we're talking about podcasts and everything and radio, what was one of the craziest things that you've ever had happen to you on air or even on your podcast?
I can't think with anything on. Oh, I'll give you a good story.
Okay, good. We like good stories.
This is on the Morning Rush. Donald Rawlings,
Mm-hmm.
you know him?
Oh yeah,
The comedian.
funny.
Really?
So, are you about to crush their dreams?
Maybe.
Okay, good.
So on Thursday mornings, we had this deal with the Funny Bone where they would bring by the comedians to us to interview them. And there's some interesting ones. There was a Cajun guy that always came by. He was a blast. There would be like one of the Wayans brothers who just wore sunglasses because he was getting up or hungover or whatever. Monique came by and she didn't want to talk to the straight-laced white guy. They were all different characters, and it was totally fine. And then Donald Rawlings came. So I'd be sitting here, and then my co-hosts were across, and then Donald Rawlings kind of where like C was, like on the rounded part of the table. And I would always kind of like hold something to focus me or to write notes down. And I had put my pencil down, and he took it.
Uh-oh.
I don't know why. Maybe just, reactive or something. There was no animosity going on. He just grabbed it. I was like, hey, can I get my pencil back? And he lost his fucking mind.
Oh, wow.
Like I told him that you never should have been born.
Wow.
I can't remember.
That's amazing.
It gets worse or better. He smashed. Like you could see.
On air?
Yeah. You could see him fuming. And I think my co-hosts were ready to get up and protect me if need be.
Yeah.
So we made it to a break, and they would usually stay 2 segments. In the commercial break, everybody walked out of the studio, and I got called the N-word more times than I ever had in my life.
Okay.
By Donnell Rawlings.
Okay.
All of it. I didn't hear it, but my co-host did, and they were just at that point they were like laughing because like this guy hanging on to whatever fame he had from the Chappelle show was coming to a big radio show to get some people to come out to his show, and he's acting like a total asshole.
Yeah.
Was this a number 2 pistol or a mechanical pistol?
Because that does maybe make a difference.
Dual pencil.
The Ticonderoga. You know what I'm talking about.
Crazy. Wow.
He needed to take
If by chance some of my old co-hosts or ever ran you guys are around, I will say Donnell Rawlings, and they will have some type of emotional.
Who were your co-hosts at this time?
What's that?
Who were your co-hosts at this time?
It was Megan and Demetrius and probably Philip.
Okay.
So you got 2 black guys there and 1 young white girl.
Yeah.
So and Demetrius is the one who I think had to calm him down and say
he's a big guy, right? Yeah.
And I think he was like, if you want to come back in here and talk about your show, you need to calm down. And be professional, which he wasn't.
I wonder what the sales were like on that show. I'm just curious. I wonder what the stats look like.
That was the fun
Did
part.
you get the pencil back?
Probably. Dang.
I would have paid attention because he walked out that door with my pencil. I don't know.
That sounds like some shit I did with in school.
Yeah.
Give me my pencil back.
Wayans and Monique and other big names, some super nice people. There was a young guy, I can't remember his name. You guys might know it, but I don't know off the top of my head. He was a Detroit guy. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I used to work up there. He's like, yeah, I used to listen to you on DRQ. I was like, that was a very cool moment. But Donnell Rawlings was very low level at that point. Like
clearly
they were joking with, not to him, but like, because I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who some of these comedians were. I'm not into comedy culture. They're like, yeah, he was on the Chappelle show. But they're like, he wasn't really a big thing or anything like that. Like he kind of rode the show's coattails, which made his weird behavior, all the more bizarre.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what happens though. So some celebrities, when they're on the fringe, they tend to be the most diva-ish and the most acting like that. Like they deserve to have the fame. Whereas like the ones that have the fame, I got the fame.
Like,
I don't
sir,
really
you're
act
in the
like that.
credits title as reoccurring
Right.
guest.
But in
Like,
his
you're-
mind, and his
he
mom
was part
told
of the
him
cast.
that he was the main
Yes.
cast member.
He was Dave Chappelle.
He was essentially.
Yes.
They modeled the Dave Chappelle show over him. Like Dave just played your role.
I have
Yes.
one dark story. Is something interesting if I could share it.
Go
Yeah,
right
you can
ahead.
share whatever you
Are you
want.
guys familiar with the Fisher Building in Detroit?
No.
You'd know it. A big gold dome,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
a little north of downtown.
Yes.
When I was working in Detroit, our radio station moved to that building out of Southfield to work with some of the other radio stations. And 9/11 happened. Tic Tac. Tic Tac needed to be effectively medicated so he could be the best that he could be. And there would be times he'd go off his medications and he'd get pulled off the air for a period of time. So after 9/11, he lost his mind. And I didn't see this, but everybody knew. We were very high up. We were like 10th or 11th floor. He newspapered the windows and said that the building looks like the towers and I don't want planes to see inside. And that was kind of like
he
the
wasn't
beginning.
medicated.
No. That was kind of like the beginning of his end there. But it was. I will never forget 9/11. None of us will.
Yeah.
Even you guys.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
I worked the overnight that
He
night.
said even you guys because you were probably in kindergarten.
Right.
We were
Seventh grade.
Seventh grade.
I was in art class.
I had worked. It was a Tuesday morning, I think. I had worked the overnight, and I had come home.
Yeah.
September, so still sun rise was still kind of
Yeah.
early. I remember laying down to go to sleep. Maybe it was
8 o'clock.
It was 8 o'clock. It was like 7 o'clock hour, something like that. Whenever that began to happen, I was getting to doze off, and that's when I went to sleep when I worked overnights. And my phone was blowing up before phones blew up back then.
Yeah.
And it was a local person that told me, and I immediately tried to call my parents and my
Yeah.
family back home in Philadelphia. That didn't work. And then it was all hands on deck because we went from playing music to informing the public, which is what all radio stations are supposed to do. You're supposed to serve a public duty.
Yeah.
And passing along information, getting news stories from as many places as we could, and making sure. When I was 22 at the time, we were doing it as responsibly as possible. And some things were coming out and you couldn't believe, and they weren't real. Other things were. It was a wild morning, and a little bit before that, I'll also kind of remember, again, working overnights. Them counting. Do you guys remember the hanging Chad phrase?
Yes.
From the 2000 election with George Bush.
You guys they were only in sixth grade.
Yeah.
Sixth grade. I remember that.
See,
It
I'm
was
like,
controversial. Keep going.
Usually you
We're
go
on
to
the
bed
same
and you're like,
page.
oh, so and so won, but it was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, like it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
That's when the whole downfall society happened. I believe that.
Well, I mean, it's also when the internet began to blow up.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I didn't know you were going to ask me that. I have a lot of stories, a lot of great stories.
So can I ask you on the flip side of the crazy comedian, who is your most favorite person you've ever interviewed? Like, I really enjoy this. It's going to stick out in my mind. Or
I think that there are so many of so many different levels. There are people who come in for community efforts who have become people who I would jump in front of a train for.
yeah,
There are somewhat notable people, not megastars, who have also become pretty important to me and become very good friends. Star level, I can't remember, but there's one guy, and this wasn't an interview. Do you remember?
we're talking right now. They're just observing.
Amy, do you remember Blessed Union of Souls?
Yes, I love that.
They did. Hey Leonardo was their biggest hit.
Yes.
When I was working in Saginaw. Sorry, guys.
What's
I'm
that
just going to
biggest
mute
hit?
recognize Mike.
What was the other one that I really like? I know I can't name of it.
I believe.
I believe.
But Hey
Yeah, that
Leonardo was their biggest hit.
Go listen to it. You'll like it. Shut up.
It's super catchy.
What is wrong with you two?
You know what? I always love when white people can connect. It's like, do you remember? And we just
No,
sit there
this
like,
isn't a white people thing. This is an age thing.
Well, and also
We're only 2 years apart. You
two
guys are
things
little
can be
itty
true at
bitties.
once.
I don't think it's a white people thing. I think it's an age thing because you guys were in like when Blessed Union. I was like 11, like that. We were like in junior high.
They
When they became
got
famous.
going in the early to mid 90s.
Early to mid 90s.
Plus,
Yeah.
Hey Leonardo was 99.
Okay.
And they did a radio show of ours when I was working in Saginaw. The lead singer, who's black, his name is Elliot.
By the way,
It's just like when I found out that Hootie from the Blowfish, I was like, he's black?
Yeah.
I always
I did the same thing. I was like, wait, what?
I'm like, who is Hootie? And I'm like, oh, the black dude.
Yeah, the country guy.
Yes, I did the exact same thing.
Really?
Yes, I was like, there's no way.
But I didn't interview Elliot, but they came out to bars with us after, and he was from Cincinnati, huge football fan, and this was right around the NFL playoffs. And
Definitely no Carson.
okay, thank you.
Yes. Are you sure?
So
How old were you when that was popular? Like 7?
No, this
I know,
was like this is 2003 or 4.
Yeah.
And he was a big Bengals fan, and we got usually the people that I would talk sports with that weren't interviews or some of my closest friends. Like I have record label friends who we've done business and go to shows and concerts and please play this more. My best and closest friends with that, some of whom are still that, are the ones that we talk sports. A very dear friend of mine, she is a big Syracuse person, and she's like, "Who's this Brian Blair guy coming from Toledo?" I was like, "Oh, you're gonna love him."
Yeah.
So I wish I should have a better answer for that, because
That's a great answer.
often ask like, "Who's the best famous person you ever met?" And I
didn't say
don't
famous.
know.
I just said best interview.
Yeah.
You guys.
Thank you.
Let me
We appreciate
ask you
that.
this real quick. If you had to, who's a person that you would love to interview who you haven't, and what cheesesteak restaurant would you take them to?
He probably hates cheesesteak.
I love cheesesteaks.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
When I go home, which is not often, I basically go on like a starvation. I go on a fast
To go.
so I can just eat when I go
I've
home.
never
Yeah.
been to Philly. I need to go.
Actually, Delisandro's
Okay,
is a place that now that I've said it, you might recognize.
I've heard of it.
When people say it.
Yeah.
It's not near the stadiums like Pat's and Geno's, and there's a lot of good places. In fact, I didn't know until I got older. I lived in the part of the city called the Northeast, and I had no idea that when the internet became a thing, that Steve's Prince of Steaks, which was like in between where I lived and my grandmom's house, was always on that list. And I was like, I've been there now a million times. I had no idea they were as good as Pat's and Geno's.
Yeah.
Person who I'd want to interview. The one that pops to my head, I guess, would be Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Mike,
Mikey.
you're going to Delisandro's. Delisandro's, did I say it right?
Do they make it with cheese whiz?
You can get cheese whiz. We can get it without. You can get American. You can get white.
Cheese whiz is like that's like a legit way. I don't know.
Oh, I can, and you'll like at Pat's and Geno's or most of the places. You can say if you say whiz wit, that means cheese whiz with onions.
Whiz wit.
Yeah, whiz wit.
I feel like that's one of the people ask me to say like Dalla
Jala.
or the other one I don't say around
Anything with an
you.
A.
And Mike, if you listening,
Yeah.
I'd love
Yes.
to interview you.
Stop over podcast or radio? Would you put on the podcast or radio if you had to pick one?
I would let him come into my living room and make love to my dogs
Well,
if I could get Michael Jordan.
and then just come on Mud Talk after all that happens.
I don't know. He's part of our childhoods.
That would be a good one. That would be a good one. Yeah.
You guys aren't that young.
No, he's been around for even my son who's 23. Like that's
Mike.
he loves Michael Jordan. Yeah.
There's probably other people that I thought of, but so many of my favorites change from time to time.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
me and my answers change with like my mood, the time of day, the weather.
Yeah.
So right now you're feeling Mikey Jordan.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said I don't know. Ask me in 10
Well, I was going to say Trump, but
But honestly though, like why not? That would be a phenomenal interview.
Mud Talk exclusive.
Yeah.
I don't know how exclusive it's gonna be, but it's gonna be something.
I feel like at the end of that we would all be in some sort of trouble.
We would.
Try to be like,
what are the spicy five? I've been like bracing myself for these.
Oh, the
Oh,
final five.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, my last question is that we know you do a lot of work in the community. You're very active when it comes to mental health. So kind of talk to people more about your
And I have one
mental
more
health
too.
initiatives.
Get help.
Yeah.
The icebreaker that I always offer to people who want to help others is ask this person, because a lot of people even now don't want to talk about their mental health.
Yeah.
You can see someone is struggling, they're in anguish. I give them the icebreaker to ask that person, do you want to feel better?
Yeah.
Not how can you feel better,
Yeah.
but do you want to feel better?
Mhm.
And the only answer they will say is yes. They'll try to say, no, it's not possible. It's not going to happen. No, I didn't ask you that.
Yeah.
I asked you, do you want to?
You want to. Yeah.
And then when they say yes, that's when you can start talking about, especially now, I will always, on my tombstone, will say, this guy kept saying the silver lining of COVID was people embracing mental health.
Yes.
In fact,
absolutely.
it's the pendulum has swung a little bit too far
Yep.
in that direction, where you've got a lot of young people. You guys see self-diagnosing.
All day long.
Therapy speak has become a part of their life. They talk themselves.
Yeah.
They post themselves into diagnoses that they don't have.
Right.
That's the unfortunate thing. Like, I can't talk myself into a torn ACL.
Right.
But a totally healthy kid who gets caught up in some vortex
Yeah.
with friends or reading can talk themselves into a diagnosis.
Yeah.
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 I would say too, as a counselor I was a counselor before COVID and a counselor after COVID, I agree with the fact that it did bring a lot of light to mental health. And it was the first time in my career where somebody goes, oh, wait, you actually do something really important in this job. And let's get you some funding. Now, I will say on the opposite end of that, now we're swinging the other direction.
No.
Also with, you know what, maybe that mental health thing isn't that serious as much. We need to make cuts because obviously our economy sucks. So that's where we're going to cut. And I feel like you're just going to see it swing right back the other direction. But people are talking about it. They weren't talking about it before.
I think the problem is you're going to have people fall through the cracks of the system that
100%.
are being intentionally created for these cuts. I think there are plenty of people who don't want to ignore it, are not afraid of the stigma, have begun to get help, and they're like, I can't get help
It's
anymore.
already happening.
Yeah. When all that stuff arose, not to dive into politics here, but this is reality. A lot of people are going to die. A lot of people are going to die. We're going to have a lot of people out in the streets. We're going to have a lot of people homeless.
Yeah.
All the problems that existed before this administration and before COVID are going to be exacerbated because we're not helping those people.
Right.
And
we're cutting things.
Yes.
There should be certain guardrails, and with some of the SNAP stuff, I think, okay, we should. God, Josh Williams said something that I agree with the other day, which is stunning.
Interesting.
Look, I'm going to give you all the help, but I need you to know that these are places that you can tap into before you get to this.
Yeah.
But we're just like, we're taking a hacksaw at everything.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are going to die.
Yeah.
Because you can give, it's important to get the help, but the problem, and then the other part of it is that some of the help that's out there, and because the market got so flooded, we were just talking the other day, behavioral health isn't mental health.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody started funding was behavioral health.
Yes.
And that's just a way of saying that we're going to get a whole bunch of people that are interested in helping others and give them the qualifications to do it.
Yeah.
And I think that I personally, as a licensed mental health professional, see people falling through the cracks in that respect because they're not getting the actual mental health help.
So what's the behavioral health?
I don't need to be qualified for anything. I can simply just go and help people.
Oh.
So like I had to go do an entire master's degree and a whole lot of research and learn about mental health and become licensed, take a licensing exam, where somebody like CL could say, I want to be a behavioral health specialist, go apply for it.
And now you're a behavioral health
and now he's a behavioral health specialist. And they're doing great things. I do not want to discount that. If you're a behavioral health person, good job, thank you. It's mentoring.
Yes.
There's a lot of mentoring. Not a lot of even behavioral modification, just mentoring.
Well, and there are people who have never dealt with kids who are becoming case managers and behavioral health specialists.
And they have no idea. And so and not even just kids, adult behavioral health is now spanning the whole lifestyle.
Yeah.
If I am genuinely somebody with a mental health issue and a diagnosis and I need mental health support, going to a behavioral health person is not going to help my mental health. And that's where I see people slipping through the cracks. Where I see a lot of people like, I'm taking him here. I'm like, oh God, can we try this? Because like they have licensed people.
Yeah.
Or where people like in my spot are getting replaced with behavioral health specialists because it's free and it's low cost because it's people that aren't qualified. And that's not helping. Because I think that's where we started to oversaturate the market. They're like, what do? We have all these people that need help.
Yeah.
And we don't know how to help them. We don't have enough professionals and we can't get to pay professionals.
Yeah. So like when I worked in behavioral health for a little bit.
No offense to you. I know that
No
you did
shade.
that. Okay.
Trust me, I found out that was not my ministry. But when I worked in behavioral health for a little bit, there would be like kids who got diagnosed with depression.
Yeah.
But they would be in behavioral health programs.
Right.
And it's like,
that's not helping.
yes, that's not helping. Like, yes, I can tell you these skills, these coping skills, but I'm not I'm not a therapist, I'm not a counselor.
Right.
And so there would be kids who have these mental health diagnoses, and I'm like, you need to be like in actual therapy.
I remember
and not behavioral health.
the first time I ever had a student, not the first time, but I had a very severe student had severe depression. And this is a long time ago, but was also having suicide ideation. And the student told me, hey, my person last time used to just follow me around and make sure I don't do that. And I said, I'm not doing that. I'm trained for this. We're going to fix this. And it was the first time the kid's like, whoa, what? So it was just, to me, that was behavioral health.
Yeah.
We're preventing this, where I was like, no, we're going to treat this.
It's like peer stuff.
Yeah.
Which is like what I
which is okay.
It is. I never tried to pass myself off as any kind of clinician. always shared my story and my experiences. I say I shared my experiences of pain and anguish so that your journey to where I am is much shorter than mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I never wanted to pass myself out. Like I am not.
And peer is essential. It is essential, especially in drug and alcohol treatment and any type of mental health. I think that there is a huge need for that because I think not only does it help somebody shorten their journey, it normalizes the fact that you're not alone.
All I wanted to do, my goal in one sentence was I wanted to get you to get yourself help.
Yeah.
And me sharing my story often
Absolutely.
did that.
Yeah.
And I think, and because you're a public figure, I know a lot. You said a lot of people know you from this, that. A lot of people know you because of
The
that.
mental health stuff.
The mental health stuff.
That I will. There has been people that have very kindly and honorably said, "Do you know that you probably saved lives?" And
Yes.
I know that I can come off as arrogant. It kind of comes with the job. I can't be meek and quiet.
No, yeah.
But I'll say that when I say yes, I know that. Like that's
Yes.
why I do what I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
You absolutely have.
Yeah. Well, enough of the deep shit. All right. Let's now.
I'm sorry.
Back to JC.
I could go on my tangent. Are we going to commercial break and then do it?
No,
again?
we're gonna do. Let's go.
Forget it.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
And it's FYF too, just so you
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Fuck Friday. We'll explain.
Listen.
There's a lot of F's. We had to add extra nice, more gentler F's than the F that you're
You told me
thinking.
this before and I forget.
Yes.
We'll
Well,
tell
that's
you
one of
when we
them.
get there. Yeah. Okay, we'll get there. So this is called the final 5. It might be 6. I don't know. Random questions. We start with our guests. We go around. Everybody kind of gives their answer to whatever random question I ask.
Yes.
Would it be funny if I gave Donnell Rawlings his every answer?
No. No, you cannot do that. It would be fun, but no. Okay. If you had to give a TED Talk on something completely useless, what would your topic be?
I would tell you to actually go watch my actual TED Talk, which is not useless, but me talking about it for 17 minutes would be useless.
So talking about watching your TED Talk.
Yes.
Okay. What would you do? What was completely useless?
I'll just tell you a lot of bullshit.
I want. Okay, CL. What would the topic be? The question is, what would your topic be? Bullshit is not a topic.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Well, I
it
said,
could
why
be.
not?
Why not?
Are you going to actually talk about bullshitting?
No.
Okay, so what is your topic?
Bullshit.
What would the bullshit be? Give me a topic.
I don't know. Have you seen Seinfeld before?
So Seinfeld.
Be a show about nothing.
Oh,
Okay, so
yeah.
Seinfeld.
I can see him talking for 15 minutes about bullshit.
You would just-
I can see him talking about something completely random about shoes, fashion, or what is like. I think what is like one topic that you're like super passionate about that is kind of like useless for most people.
I don't know.
Okay, we'll get back to you. What do you
Yeah.
think?
What would my TED Talk be about?
Yeah, what if you had to give a TED Talk on something completely useless? What would your topic?
Sliding in and sliding out.
Oh well, is this a late night? Is this a late night TED Talk?
Remember,
There's a PowerPoint that goes with it with visuals.
I'm sure there is, and it probably came from the DMs.
It probably did. But remember, you can't
Whoops, wait a
slide.
second. That's Pornhub. My bad.
Right.
Remember, you can't slide out what you never slid into.
Okay.
What
I
would your-
think mine would be on reality television.
Hmm.
I don't know. I just like to talk about it. Useless. Now tell me your topic and don't say bullshit.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because everything I say is important.
If I had to pick somebody in this room to go bullshit for 17 minutes and keep people interested, Craig, he's my guy.
Oh, he will talk to you way longer than
He
17
will.
minutes.
TED Talk for 17
And at the end of it, you're going to go, what the fuck did we just talk about?
But I sat there the whole time.
You did.
Like,
And you
that was some
listened.
good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he will give you some sort of inspirational message to walk away with. There's always a takeaway.
It's always
Even
a
if it's
takeaway.
bullshit, there's a takeaway.
Gotta take away something.
You do. I agree. That's very educational of you.
Yeah.
See ya. All right. Whoever has an answer first can go. What's the weirdest compliment you've ever received that you still think about?
You look good for a big dude.
Okay.
I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
I think, I think,
So are big people, fat people
but
be
people
ugly?
do that though. People say that like, oh, like you're really pretty for a bigger girl. Yeah.
So like,
Okay.
what's a backhanded compliment that you
Yeah.
It was not a backhanded. It says, "What's the weirdest compliment?" It could be a weird one. So here's what I immediately thought about. When I was like my second year as a teacher, I got nominated as, and I was mind you 23, nominated as most like Mrs. Claus. I was like,
What is Mrs. Claus?
but then I thought about it years later, and a student said, "You give grandma vibes." And what I realized was, I think these kids are actually telling me that I'm just a really warm and caring soul.
I don't think that's what they meant.
Shut up. It is though. That's what they said. I said, "What do you mean?" They're like, "No, you're just like really nice." And like, I used to teach cooking classes, so I did so I didn't have aprons on a lot, and I used to like help kids learn how to cook and talk about
So did
food.
Mrs. Claus.
Did you
I know.
knit
So that's what I was
as well?
like.
Did you knit as well?
I am too ADHD to knit.
Okay.
I get too distracted. But I think the weirdest part of that, when I think about this now, maybe sometimes to these kids I do give grandma vibes. Now they're just like you and my grandma are the same age. But back then, as a 23-year-old, I was kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't give you a single trait of Mrs. Claus.
She has an apron and she's a grandma, apparently.
What does she do when he's out?
She hits the town.
North Pole. Hop in place.
She jumps on that pole.
Hop.
That's what she does.
She's the only thing to do because everybody else is gone.
Not the elves.
I gotta bring this up on during the week. Like, give me a trait of Mrs. Claus.
Please do that because I want, and then report back.
I will.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the point of it was she was grandmotherly. And I think they were just telling me that I'm just really nice and grandmotherly, or I'm homely, or something.
Homely, maybe that's what they said. I don't know. I don't think that you're homely. I don't think that you're.
Yeah, that.
No, I don't think that you're homely. No, I don't.
But if you saw me at work teaching cooking in my apron,
that's what I'm saying.
I have come into my own as I've aged. I was a little homely back then because I did get thrown into the motherhood thing a little. It was all those raves, and then I got.
So you were a little grandmotherish. What you're saying?
Yeah, caringly grandmother.
So you traded in the leggings for an apron?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Growth.
And now I'm back to the leggings because I don't need that apron anymore.
Yeah, right.
Now my kids are about to be grown. Those leggings are coming right back.
Those black fucky pants.
Yeah, right.
They're coming back.
It is spring break.
Oh shit.
And my drinks are all gone.
Yeah.
My juice. Apple juice. Back, most weirdest compliment someone's ever gave you, but you still think about it. So you're nice for a big dude. I'm a grandma.
I don't know, Amy. I honestly don't.
You're not helping. You're about to get banned from this game.
I don't
We'll come
know.
back to you. Do you have one, Eric?
I kind of like what I alluded to before when someone's looking at me and they know they want me to just talk about my dogs.
I mean, you're a caring pet lover.
My dogs used to get catcalled when I lived downtown.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that.
Really?
I hated the carts where people drive around drunk. They drink.
Oh, yeah, the Viking one.
yeah,
I also participated in that and hated doing that.
Yeah. The last thing I want to do while I'm drinking is exert any kind of energy.
And pedals. And you have to
Yeah,
pedal hard. Have you done one of those?
No.
You have to pedal hard.
Yeah.
I got on this thing thinking we had all the drinks, and you got to pedal. At least 5 of you have to pedal. I'm like, I don't pedal a bike, and I want to drink and eat snacks. And then they make you go in the bar. Like when you stop, you have to go because they have a deal with the bar.
Yeah.
So you're in the bar, and then like half the bars we went to, the line was so long. I was like, can I just get back on the trolley? And then I made all these charcuterie boxes, and nobody wanted to eat them because we were too busy. Like, and I gave them to actually.
You were gonna burn it off
I
anyway.
ended up giving them to a homeless guy on the street. He was so grateful. He got all of his friends, and we ended up having charcuterie together on the sidewalk. I had a few beverages, but it was fine. We had fun. But no, it was awful. And you probably hated it because all you heard was people singing.
Yeah, living downtown, like spring and summertime, weekends was not very good. Like I was out walking the dogs.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Mud Hens game, but it was a nice afternoon. And I kept running into this one pedal thing, and they kept yelling at the dogs. Happily, mind you.
They love your dogs.
And that's fine. Like, good for them. But that was a little odd.
How many middle-aged drunk white women were on that cart catcalling your dogs?
I couldn't tell you.
The whole thing.
All of them?
Yeah.
Like, everyone that's on those things? I think they have a minimum age. I think you have to be 40 to be on them.
Like, what did this catcall sound like? How do you catcall a dog?
It was kind of like, hey, Eric, we love your dogs. Can we pet your dogs? And shit like that.
I was going to say, did you let them pet your dog?
No, go drink.
That is now, you know how we talked about how everybody has like levels of drunkenness?
Yes.
I have discovered recently that my newest level unlocked is I will ask everybody to pet their dogs and sit and pet their dog for a very long time. Someday I'll share the story about the guy that thought I was homeless in Cleveland while I had his dog on my lap at 3 a.m.
Oh, wow. Well.
Good too.
Yeah. What's your compliment? He's like, I just get all legit compliments. They just call me smooth. I'm smooth CL. All right, you better have an answer to my next one.
Okay,
all right. What is something you find attractive that you know seems odd? So, like, what is one characteristic that you're like, this is attractive to me and it's odd to everybody else?
Good question.
Isn't that a great question? I like this one. Anybody that has an answer can go.
It fits with me, and it's probably not odd because I'm around. Like I like somebody who's like dorky and into like the nerdy stuff that I'm into. Now I'm not too deep, like not like super dressing up.
Not like
cosplay.
Comic-Con dress up. We're going.
That's
full
a little
furry
that's a little-
convention.
Right, that's a little much for me. But like, if we could talk, if you want to dig into some Marvel movies, or like you will fight me on your favorite Batman, like stuff like that.
You said talking nerdy.
Yeah.
That's his thing. So if you're are you single? Are you with?
Yes.
So he's very so if you are a talking nerdy to me kind of person.
Intentionally single.
Okay, never mind.
It's
Don't
on purpose.
slide in.
Right.
You can't pull out of something you don't slide in. Don't
That's
slide
how that
in
works.
I'm in a very committed relationship to my couch,
to your couch. Hey, listen, sometimes you just gotta be.
and there's no protection used.
No, I don't. There should not be. And you can talk nerdy and deal with all the
With that
nerdy things
plastic
you
on
want.
the couch.
Excuse me. What's on your couch? You probably have plastic on your couch.
No, I don't.
Does he not? Okay, everybody
No.
stop and look at him.
No.
Does he not look like the plastic
I
on his couch
I
kind of guy?
Brand looks like
Only in
he
a
does-
Breaking
Brand
Bad
look like he
way.
goes
Yeah,
unprotected on his couch.
Yeah, no.
No, I think your couch has plastic. Or if it doesn't, how old are you? 30 something?
36.
Really? You're that old? Okay. So I feel that's not old. I mean, I thought you were younger. I don't know. I was giving you a compliment. I thought you were younger.
Yeah, I didn't.
I thought you were like 33, but
36.
you're probably 33 when I met you, and that's why I'm just
Yeah,
okay.
I was.
So in my head, when you're about 47-ish, you will have plastic wrapping your
No,
couch.
you
No, I don't think he'll have plastic.
I do.
But Craig would have one of those rooms where, like, hey, don't
You can't sit in there. Don't go in there. Take your
Don't
shoes
go
off. Don't you dare cross through that room.
My grandma, one of my grandmothers had plastic on the couch.
Yeah.
I need that explained to me.
It's
To keep it
supposed to
fresh.
protect the
Protect the
couch.
So your couch can last from
That
butts.
I don't know.
From what?
From butts. I
The
don't
only
know.
butts that were when I hit that couch were her cigarette butts.
Yeah, that too. She's like, I don't want to.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't
want
want
to
a hole
burn
in the
the hole in the
I don't know. I
couch.
think the plastic would burn more than the sofa.
I want to know how long those sofas that are wrapped last. Like, 'cause I bet they last a long time.
I'm sure they did.
Like, when do you unwrap it? What's the threshold where you're like, it's time?
And
My
like,
grandma had a couch.
and like,
How long did it take her to unwrap that shit?
Like,
let's
did you
go.
need help to like put the couch in the plastic?
That's the part.
Right, you do. No, it comes
That's
like
the
that.
part.
It's the plastic
The
it
couch
comes in.
comes. with
Yeah,
the
or
plastic.
you get a cover. Like, you know how I have couch
These
covers.
were covers. Like these
Yeah,
were
like a zipper covers. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you know how you slide it in there. You don't slide it in, but you know how you put the pillow in and you zip it. It's just like that. It's just a clear plastic cover. It's just
Oh,
not-
Autumn said, "Boy, you look young as fuck. You look 18."
Thank you all.
Aw, Autumn, you didn't tell me I looked 18. Just kidding. So yeah.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
So anyway, back to the Odyssey. So you want some nerdy things are yours. Something that is attractive that you think is fine, but other people find odd.
So I have to close my ears for yours.
No.
Mine. I don't know. It's a weird thing. I mean, it's
No, that's the question. Go ahead.
Well, it's two of them. One, I like when someone who can really hold their alcohol. Like yeah.
Like I want you to drink bottles, baby.
No, it's alcoholic. Don't be alcoholic. But someone that's like, I'm like, you drink Hennessy?
You're like, I'm not gonna have to hold your hair back.
Yeah, that and
Oh, you like? No, it's not that they can hold their alcohol. You like them to drink like hard alcohol. Like,
right.
I want that
Henny.
Hennessy. Yeah, I want the Henny.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
That and also too, I love the smell of a car that smells like the black ice.
Oh my god,
air
that smells
freshener.
so good.
Woo! I get your car. Pull over.
Remind me not to
Pull
put black
over.
ice in my car. Man,
Well,
Lord.
I'm not pulling you over.
I don't want to pull over. not for black ice. My car's gonna smell like fruity strawberries.
Yeah, that black ice air freshener. I'm like,
That does smell good. If I smell that too, if that window's cranked and you're like 2 cars over, I'm like, I smell it. There's another one too that's the tree. I don't know what it's called, but it's like black ice, but it's got the little gold diamonds on it.
no.
It smells like black ice. You might like that better.
I might
Oh
like
no, that's what I gave you, wasn't it, for the Christmas?
Think so.
Did you put it in your car?
I didn't put it in my car yet.
Okay. Oh, you didn't like my gift.
Yo, I didn't put it in my car yet.
You should, because
I
it's gonna
will.
make people go.
It is.
Mhm.
I
You're gonna roll that
just-
window down.
I smell that
I
black
agree.
ice. I'm like, it smells like hoochies. I love it.
So is it the hoochies or the black ice?
It's both.
Both.
He likes a good henny drinking hoochie.
Both.
Henny and hoochies.
Henny and hoochies.
Yeah, hooch.
What about yours?
I would say I really love a girl that can fight. Like can really fight.
He's
because
like-
that means if we ever get into a situation,
He can
I
run?
know. No, I wouldn't run. I'm not
He knows
running.
he's gonna beat that ass.
But I know that I have someone that, regardless of anybody else, this person is going to get.
He's gonna be going like, get him, babe, get him, babe, you got him. I'm here for you.
That ass, babe.
You got this.
No, not that guy.
Maybe this is maybe you need to reevaluate that one. Maybe
Yeah.
because if they fight somebody else, they're gonna fight you all day too.
No, not if you treat
Like
them
some
well.
crazy-
Javante Davis.
Not if you treat them well.
He knows the rule about crazy.
Yeah, not if you
That's
treat
why.
them well, man. No, they won't. They aren't going to be crazy on you if you treat them right.
Right.
Yeah.
But you
Are
know,
you
a little
sure?
bit of crazy, you know what they do well.
Everybody got a little bit of crazy in them.
I'm not crazy.
He said if you treat them well, they won't be crazy. Well,
Not
Not crazy.
Not
I'm
until
saying
you
if
don't.
treat them right.
not until they look at
But
that
I
phone.
would if I love someone, I will though.
Craig and I will have a conversation off air because
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We'll move on to the crazy. I think
Yeah.
mine. What is
Autumn
mine?
said I love black eyes. See,
That's so good, Autumn. I think my odd one is I like people that like feet. And when I say that, I don't want a foot fetish. I mean, like people that are grossed out by feet. It actually turns me off. Like my feet are fine, but like my thing about feet is that if you don't like feet, there's something wrong with you. In my head, I think it's attractive if you are okay with feet, not fetishy. That's weird. People that don't like feet turn me off. So I guess people that like feet would be a turn on. I also like hands. We already talked about
Yeah.
hands on the last.
Like,
I'm a big fan of like all body parts.
He
Like,
said
what's
I.
wrong?
He said I like all the organs.
so you're like a hand holder. You like to hold hands.
Well, my thumb blades. No, I don't want to
give me your
touch.
foot day.
No, feet. I don't want to touch feet. I just
Put your feet up here.
Fingers and toes.
Let me rewind that. People that are not grossed out by feet would be attractive. But my other one is hands. Like by far, hands is the first thing I'll look at.
Hands.
Hands, because you look. Never know what they've done.
Yeah.
If you got nice hands,
You know where his girls have been on somebody else's face.
right? Right? Yeah, hands.
See your style's like, babe, let me see your hands. Oh, you can beat that ass.
He's like, oh, she got a blister
Yeah.
here, scars over here.
Oh,
There's a stab
So
wound
you
right
can
here.
beat asses, huh?
See those hands, man.
I think probably another one that's probably not odd, but just a little, my like a little hard, not beat ass hard, but like a little hood. That's probably my.
You do.
Good.
Look hood.
So former Travis Kelce.
Oh,
Right.
Oh, it's funny that you say that because we actually had a conversation and we were talking about that one day, and you're like, so what white guys you find attractive? I'm like, what did I say? Travis Kelce back when he was with Kayla. Who was the other one I said? It was another Travis Kelce lookalike. Who was it? We had this whole
I don't know.
conversation.
Autumn says my husband loves feet too much to where it's an issue.
That's what I said. It can't be the fetish on him. I'm not talking about that. Would be weird. Like to me, that would be a turn off. I'm saying a fine balance between I hate feet and I love feet as a fetish. Like it'd be in the middle.
How would they prove that to you, though?
I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to
Like if I'm taking a picture of my dog on the couch and my foot's on the picture, like, ew, why is your foot in that picture? That's a
Yeah.
But you
But what if your foot is in the picture and they're like, hey, take a picture of your
Got the dog out.
then
Take the dog
it's a
out.
block.
Dog out.
I don't know. It's probably I don't know.
That's crazy.
Moving on.
They like zoom in on the picture.
Probably.
Pause the story.
Yeah.
There's private stuff on my phone. Oh, it's okay. I've seen it before. Feet.
It's all feet. I don't want that. See, Autumn, I couldn't do that. That would be a turn off, I think. Okay. What's the craziest decision you've ever made out of pure boredom? So you're like, I'm bored, I'm about to do this. Craziest decision you've ever made out of pure boredom. Like, I'm so bored.
Besides, we'll have a drink.
That would be my top three. The other two would be take a third nap for the day or go to Target again.
Well, hey,
Oh,
Target.
yeah.
There you go. When you go, do you spend like a ton of money that you shouldn't spend every time?
No, I kind of only because I have like a running list of things that I can always kind of grab there, so it satiates my need to buy something.
Yeah. It's
The
nice.
craziest thing I've done because I was bored.
Started the podcast.
Okay, there we go.
Pretty much. It was COVID. We had shit to
Honestly,
do.
there you go. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
COVID. Okay,
Yeah.
start a podcast. Endless Target runs.
Mm,
You better have an answer for me.
I would say when I got my stomach tattooed, but it wasn't.
You have a stomach tattoo?
I do.
What does it say?
I'm not surprised.
Cool.
The
Bullshit.
entire giant.
He's like, yeah, that's bullshit.
Ask me about it.
Yeah.
It's the entire John 3:16.
You
What
have
does
the
that
whole
mean?
verse.
What does that mean?
Do you want me to quote the verse for you?
Well, as long as we won't be here for an hour.
No, it's just, isn't it for God so loved the world that he gave his only son?
Yeah.
It's like that's like the salvation verse, right?
Yeah,
Like
what's the
that's,
meaning behind it?
is it the salvation
Yeah.
verse? A lot of people. So like for people to like come to the like to God and have a relationship, right?
Well, I think it's more of like
Because He gave His only Son.
I gave my only son, so that means that I love you unconditionally. So
Yeah.
you're supposed
Yeah.
to love everybody else unconditionally.
Absolutely
Not
not.
my son. You don't think so?
Love is
So
unconditional.
whoever believes in Him shall not perish but have everlasting life. You can
Yes.
tell I went to Sunday school a whole lot as a kid.
Yeah.
But that's the salvation verse. Like that's essentially like if you look at the whole like Christian salvation prayer, that's it.
Yeah.
So that's the core belief of Christianity. If you
Yeah.
believe that He
Got
sent
it.
His Son and that He then died on His cross so that you could have everlasting life, that's the Christianity.
Yeah.
Whenever I would see people holding that up at football games, be like, "That's not the score.
That
What's
doesn't
going on?"
like I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That I get. Like, yeah, go get hit by that man in that football.
Yeah.
You better run those 99 yards. But
Yeah.
that John 3:16 one,
Yeah.
I think that's because they want to save the world. Salvation.
When I think of that, I just think about Ja Rule 316.
Yeah. You're like, I don't think about
Like-
Jesus, I think about Ja Rule.
Holla.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe Jesus, holla, I sent my son, holla.
Doesn't he have a liquor now? Yeah, he was
Ja
doing
Rule.
some
Yeah,
media
yeah.
rounds recently.
Well, hey, I heard there was
Yeah.
doping for a liquor brand. I don't know.
Yeah, and he
Somebody
also
said-
likes to have pillow fights on plane rides and get kicked off.
That was our last episode.
Ja
We talked
didn't
about
do
that.
that. Ja did not have a pillow
That's a
fight.
lie.
That
He
was
threw
more
a pillow.
Yayo. That was more Yayo
No.
and Uncle Murder. You're not
Were you
gonna
there?
Put Ja Rule on that.
You
I
saw the video. Yeah.
Saw the video.
Was he there?
But
Was
then
there
Ja-
pillows being
But then
played?
Ja Rule
Was
got on
there.
Twitter and was like, "Yeah, I got those punks
With that pillow.
with that pillow."
Clearly, you could tell CL doesn't watch our show.
Do you guys remember when 50 Cent was here with his vodka?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Joseph,
Whatever happened
right?
to his vodka?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Huh?
Whatever happened to that vodka?
I don't know. It's called FM vodka.
FM
Oh, yeah, it's still out there.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Was he the one, or was it? Sorry, did he? One of them, I think it was 50. The cucumber lime was like bonkers below.
That was
Oh, yeah.
that was the
Yeah,
FM vodka.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like, you
that's how
couldn't
I first
find
tried
that
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
had it. I
It's
never
good.
had it.
I did try it. It was good.
Yeah.
Thing that I've done the most. Okay, so when I was in high school, my friend of mine got bored. We said, you know what? Let's get in the car at midnight because we just started driving. Let's drive to Louisville, Kentucky, to go visit your brother. Knocked on the door. Hey, he's like, why are you here? We're like, I don't know. We were bored. Slept for 2 hours and got in the car and drove right back.
Wow.
I have a lot of road trip boredom stories.
How far away
This is-
is Kentucky from here?
It's a 6-hour drive.
This is before the internet.
Oh, by far before the internet.
Gotta be.
We had to like map quest it
Yes.
before we left. Like there wasn't even phones.
You had to and print those
We had to
directions
print
out.
out. Like
Yeah.
she had a printer in her living room, so it's like midnight, and I'm like, okay, would you know where he lives? Yeah, okay, because we were trying to think of somebody that lived far enough away where we could go on a road trip. She's like, my brother lives in Louisville, so we printed out the map quest. We took the Indiana route. That was actually longer. We ended up, and then we took that same route back. Got home at was it like 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. and I had to go to work at like noon.
Wow.
Yeah.
I do it.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest thing out of boredom. All right, what else do I got here? What's the most, okay, so this is because it is spring break. What is the most, this felt like a bad idea, but I did it anyway, moment that you've done on spring break or on vacation, and how did it turn out for you?
I got my lip pierced.
You had a
Did
lip
you?
piercing. I'm sorry, where's that photo?
That's
Can
probably-
you imagine?
that's probably on
Where?
Facebook.
Show me, was it here?
It was here.
You didn't get that little lip thing, it was here?
Yeah. So my friend Vanessa and I, we were drinking peach New Amsterdam. That should tell you how that night went. And she was like, I want to get a piercing. I was like, I want to too. I want to get one too. I'm like, it's spring break. So we went to Needle Masters and she ended up getting her nose pierced. And I was like, I want to get my lip pierced.
You said I'm doing it.
I'm doing it. Because it's at that time when Lil Wayne was doing like the dermal thing right here.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that looks crazy. So I was like,
Yeah.
I went here. So I got the Tyrese. And they took my lip and went through. And I remember like just being drunk and like just like I'm like, there's a hole in my lip. She's like, yeah, fool. Like,
What do you think was gonna happen?
and I got it done. And I remember I went home and I was talking to my mom and she was looking. She was like, the fuck is that on your lip?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I got a piercing. She was like, why the fuck would you do that? And I was like, it's spring break.
Do you mind?
She
How do
was.
they attach it? They stick a little
So
thing?
they pierced it in here, and then like the ball was here, and
Yeah.
then the was on the inside.
Yeah.
And so actually, I had it in probably for maybe 3 years.
You committed to
Did
that.
they numb? I've never had a piercing before, so did they numb that, or they just
It
went
was like-
straight in?
Yeah,
He was drunk. He was numb enough.
Yeah, I didn't feel it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had it for like 3 years, and the last day of school, on the third year, and the ball like it kept falling out, and I kept finding it.
Find Ty's ball.
And so it fell out again. And I was looking for it, and as I was looking for it, the janitor sucked it up. And it was like
He sucked up your ball.
he sucked up my ball.
All because you slid that thing in.
Yeah.
Slid that thing in.
You had to pull it out.
Yep.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? I said that was probably God telling me like, hey, it's time for you to grow up. So
Yeah.
like, take that shit out.
But also,
But it also, I stopped wearing it because it was like hitting like my teeth.
if you didn't have this thing right here, would you be able to see your hole? Sorry, I was curious. Like, is it still there? Like a little, not
I
a
can
hole,
still-
but like a scar? Or?
Well, on the inside, I can feel like the tissue
Let me
still.
see.
I mean, you can't see
I want
it.
to see it. I think I can see
But is
it.
there a
Well,
tattoo in there too?
I don't know, but I wish.
No, but like, yeah, it was right there.
That's so
I can
interesting.
feel it. Yeah, I have to show you a picture.
All right. Well, you find that while we figure out what else people did that. At the, what was it? Let me read that again. What's the worst, the most, this felt like a bad idea, but I did it anyway moment you've done on spring break or on vacation? How did it turn out? You don't have to tell us the Brazil story because we already know about that one from Christmas.
Is that a girl or a place?
Was it Brazil?
Or both?
Where were you?
Dominican Republic.
Oh, was it, he picked up a prostitute in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
On accident, accidentally.
Yeah.
He didn't realize it. He thought she was just trying to. She thought she was just trying to hit on him.
Get the context.
She didn't realize that, like, he didn't realize that she actually was trying to like get business, and he was like, "Oh, this nice looking thing."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying, but I don't know.
Oh, see,
I don't have it today.
you got one, Eric.
It wasn't a bad idea, but I felt really dumb. And I haven't done a lot of like spring break stuff. In a lot of ways, my life was spring break work,
Yeah.
doing what I did. But 10 years ago, I went to Cancun by myself and stayed at like an all-inclusive place, and it had this long pool that snaked the entire length of the resort. And I heard Celine Dion, "My Heart Will Go On" playing. And I saw some kids running down to another part of the pool and like, dolphins. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I'm gonna see this is gorgeous. Like, this is like the best
The
vacation of my life.
dream.
Celine Dion keeps playing. I turned away for a minute, and then the dolphins had moved to my part of the pool where I was. They were inflatable dolphins. I was so let down.
That's so funny.
I wasn't even drunk. I hadn't had too much sun. I was so relaxed. I was like,
Yeah.
this is cool that they put these beautiful, majestic creatures in
That's
the
amazing.
pool. And then
It was the
Inflatables.
But you guys,
Not my worst inflatable story. Just kidding.
I don't know.
I
What
do
you
have
got, CL?
My brother and I, we went snorkeling. We went on a trip. We went snorkeling, and we were just having a good time, right? So we're swimming, and we looked out, and this is a true story. And we looked out, and you know, if you've been on a cruise, like how they sit the boat kind of out there, and everybody else is.
I've never been on a cruise.
You never been on a cruise?
No.
Okay, so they usually sit the boat out, and you go snorkeling, you go and do whatever.
Okay.
And I looked up. We both looked up, and we were like close to the ship. Like we were like way out, right? But then we like, all right, we got to turn back around, right? But as we were turning back around, the water instantly got like frigid. And what it was, like we got so far out, you could look down, and it was like a 60-foot like dip. It literally was like a cliff.
Like a waterfall?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
and it was like so many creatures like we haven't seen before.
Oh.
Like, yeah, and like it was like instantly frigid, and we had to like go back. We got out. We were like,
I'm
shaking.
so glad you didn't get eaten by a
Yeah.
shark or die.
Yeah,
I thought that was going like, you know how the boat, you could see the boat.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say like, and then we couldn't see the boat anymore.
Right. That's where I was going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that movie where the people got left behind in
Yes.
the ocean?
I can see that.
no, it wasn't. No, luckily it was not. Luckily it was not
Come
that.
back!
Yeah,
Right. There's no Titanic happening.
No Titanic happening, but that was like a real thing. And
So it went from like warm to just cold.
like frigid, and literally it was like a sharp cliff. Like it was like this, and then it went straight.
Like you
down.
were
My
walking
brother
down on
will
it, or
vouch.
just like
we were swimming.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like we got like to like maybe like the border right here, and it instantly got frigid. And we saw like so many like
Where were
animals
you?
we've never seen. Where were we at? Were we in Costa Rica? I forgot where we were.
You always have issues in these Hispanic countries.
Yeah,
I feel like maybe you need to take a Mediterranean cruise or an Alaskan cruise.
Remember the last time El Chapo almost took you out?
Well, that was because he thought he was getting hit on.
Not knowing they was over to keep a tab on
He
you.
was like, oh,
right.
she said hi. She said sexy.
Yeah, so
You
that
picked her up.
was that. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Wow.
Take a cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cruises are awesome.
I
They are.
like to be on land. I don't think I want to be land. I don't
It's so
know.
big you don't even
You
know.
wouldn't even know.
It's not even
Yeah,
that.
you
I
wouldn't
just
know.
like to be able to go when I need to go. Like I need to be able
But
to be
you're
like,
having so much fun.
no. It's not about that. I know I would have fun. I would
Yeah.
probably have a blast on a cruise. I like to know that if I need to leave the land that I'm on, I can just go. There needs to be no air rescues, airlifts off the ocean.
I think you say that now, but when you get on the ship, I'm telling you, you won't even.
It's like a city.
Yeah, like you won't be thinking
I'm
about
sure.
that.
I'm
The
sure it'll be
freakiest
cool.
part is before you get out and have all the fun, they're like, grab your life jacket. We got to tell you what happens if shit goes bad.
And you have to sit down and
Yeah.
listen to them. Yep.
Yeah, see, they don't do that. They don't do that at all-inclusive resorts on land.
Uh-huh.
We got to
They
get there
just,
somehow.
they just tell you to be careful who you buy things from in the city
Yeah.
and not go off the resort.
Jeff Warner said, "How about those Iron Pigs, Eric?"
That's funny.
Are we getting the story here?
That's the actually. So minor league baseball began. Oh, I know who that is. That's my friend.
Jeff Warner.
Jeff Warner.
Yes. The Iron Pigs are the Lehigh Valley version of the Mud Hens,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
and they are there tonight. So,
Oh, I thought you were going to tell us a story
No,
about some
no.
iron pigs.
what an interesting story.
I'll never go on a. I thought it said I will never strip.
No.
It says I'll never go on
Autumn
a.
said I would never go on a ship.
Autumn, you have to try it. I'm telling you.
Autumn,
It's
I'm
so
not going
big you don't
either.
even know.
Yeah, you
Autumn, you
will
can
know.
come with me to an all-inclusive resort.
Yes.
But how you got to get there with on a plane, right?
It's fine.
They're going to give you the talk like, "Hey, if shit goes sideways."
But you know what? I'm not on that plane for an entire 3 to 5 to 7 days. I can just like it lands and then you're good.
Yeah.
It's not about dying. I just like to be able to leave. I'm the same way. Like if we're gonna go, like if we're all gonna go out somewhere, I am gonna have my car there
Yeah,
because I want to dip. I don't, and I might not dip. I might be the last one there. I feel the same way about cruises. I might just want to dip. I won't. Like I didn't want to dip when I was in Jamaica. I had fun. I didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
But if I needed to, I could.
I do think people underestimate the terror of water, though.
Yes.
And not like perfect storm stuff,
Yeah.
but like being left there. Like
Yes.
if your plane's
Yes.
going down, you're gonna die in a
You're
couple
gonna die,
minutes.
yeah.
You could be in that water. Like that ship could be
Struggling,
sinking.
yeah.
Well, what they say, if you fall over, they're not going to save you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're not going to hear you scream.
I always do. If I'm going to be mean and nasty, I do like a good they went overboard on a cruise story.
Right.
Right. It's
Because
wild.
they scream,
just
nobody
keep
sees you.
going.
You're just they're like peace.
right.
Yeah.
Good luck. Hope you make it.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't do that.
Hope shark gets to you fast.
They don't do that in Jamaica.
That's freaking scary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
not what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
it
saying.
can be.
But
Autumn,
there's no
Autumn said you hear a lot about drowning.
drowning. Yeah, and you know
On
what?
cruises.
Or I think she just said in
I don't-
general. That's why she said she
I
doesn't
don't
want to go
hear
on
a
a ship.
lot about
You hear a
that,
lot
though.
about drownings and stuff like that.
You do like or people going overboard. I don't know.
Now there's now they've got like amusement park rides and these things. And,
No,
and
Yeah.
when I saw this commercial for whatever was on this ship, I'm like, so what happens if like you make a right on the slide? Are you going to zoom out into the ocean?
yeah. Don't tell my youngest son this because
Yeah.
that sounds like he loves music. That sounds like something he's going to want to do, and that's
Yeah.
no. That's a no go for me.
I mean, they had to amp up these cruise ships because they had so many problems for years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If you like to eat, though,
I do
you
love
will
to
gain-
eat.
you
There
will
is
gain-
no question about
You
that.
will gain 10 pounds on a cruise.
Then I
like
can't
this.
go on
It's
it.
always food.
And it'll take me 17 years to lose it. So see, this is another reason why I shouldn't go on a cruise.
And staterooms are called, right?
Yes.
Staterooms. Imagine all four of us having to stay in a room less than the size of this table and sleep in it and shower in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Together?
Yes.
I mean,
Not at
you
the
ain't
same
shower.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you have to sleep
like,
together.
what kind of cruise are you guys going
You
on?
don't have to shower together.
I was like, what is going on?
Together. Be like, yeah.
The rooms are very
This
small.
is not like the
Yeah.
hedonism resort. You ever hear about that?
No,
Jamaica?
it's not that
Yes.
kind of resort.
But the rooms are just very small, and,
Yeah.
and if you're kind of claustrophobic or you need comfort to sleep, they
Yeah.
can be a little unsettling.
Yeah,
but it's because the idea is you shouldn't be in
You
the
want
room.
room
Yeah.
to like, yeah,
Should
that
be
doesn't
out.
bother me. It's literally just I want to be able to leave. They do have cruises though, like hedonism. I was watching a video the other day on that,
I believe it.
and for swingers too. There's like a whole swinger
There's
cruise.
probably a cruise for everything.
There is, but there are like actual specific ones where everybody on. Oh, and then not the clothing optional ones too. You just run around with your tits hanging out. There you go. You should check out one of those if you want your tits to hang
I will
out.
finally get some real traffic on the internet.
There you go. You're gonna be like, follow for a week with me on the hedonism cruise while my tits flop.
So
You're welcome for that.
When like fake boobs were like a thing like 25 years or so ago,
Yeah.
I was all into them, and somebody had teased me. They're like, you should get your own. I was like, what do you mean, like the girl that I'm dating? They're like, you should get your own. Like whether you want to put them on yourself or just have them sit on your
Just a-
dresser,
just squeeze.
you should get your own. I was like, fuck you.
Or just a little stress ball, like a little. Yeah.
Stress ball.
What was the most? This is a hard one for me. I think I do a lot of stupid stuff when I go out of town. I think one of the ones that people would probably say this was a dumb idea. I was on spring break in Florida and one of my coworkers just happened to be down there. And she said, "Do you want to meet up on the beach?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go." So we met up on the beach. We asked, like I always do, the waiter, waitress, "Where do you go out?" Because I don't want to go to the public. I want to go to
Smart ass.
So he like sent us to this really cool bar. I only remember there's a shot called the Purple or Pink P Word. You don't say that on the show, do we?
Pink pussy.
Yeah. And it had
That one.
and it had fireworks coming out of it. We had a few of those. I don't take shots. So this is
Yes.
But we decided there was this guy and his whole job was that there was like a little cart with wheels and there was a seat. And like a lot of times they would connect them to like a horse and pull. I don't know what they're called. But it was a cart and he would pull people around like the ones in Cleveland where they ride the bike. What are those called?
The
Trams?
carriages. I know
Yeah,
what you're talking about.
Carriage?
But this guy just like ran. Like he just was like, let's run. So we had a whole lot of fun. The dude was super cool. So my friend was like, all right, my daughter's at the Airbnb. My parents want to go to bed. Like, I'm going to Uber back. And her place is way closer. I was staying with my sister in Tampa. So my Uber ride was probably like a half hour. He was like, do you want to go see the coolest site in Clearwater? I'm like, yes. Probably not the best idea, but I did it anyway. Because I'm like, I don't know this dude. I could have been trafficked. Like, I could have actually been trafficked. But I was like, no, let's go. And it was nothing weird. He wasn't trying to hit on me. He literally just ran me with his little thing to the really coolest part. I've never been, I don't even know where I was in this beach, but it was the coolest part of this beach where you could see the whole skylight of that whole city. And we just sat and talked about life until 4 a.m. And he's like, and he even waited to make sure my Uber picked me up and they weren't crazy.
Wow.
So at the time, most people would say you probably shouldn't just like be with random strangers in a town, in an isolated area.
While waiting for a random stranger to come pick you up.
Come pick me up. But that random stranger made sure I was safe with the other random stranger.
We have gotten kind of carried away with everybody's going to get snatched.
Yeah.
There were probably way more people getting snatched
Yes.
when we were younger. Like literally, don't take candy.
Yeah.
It's just like everything. There's
Yeah.
more stories than people can digest.
And I'm a good judge of character. Like I feel like I can read people's vibes pretty well.
You
Like,
clearly didn't listen to Stranger Danger.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, the other risk of asking like the waiter, which is smart, is you wind up like CL and you get a receipt for a bill that you thought you were going to
Yeah. There was no pics hanging out.
Right.
I was okay. It was okay. No, and
This is my guy.
I don't even know what I still have pictures of him. I don't know what happened. I don't even remember the guy's name. He was super cool, and it turned out well. But in theory, I probably shouldn't just be going with. And it's not the first time I've done that.
But if you're a super good judge of character,
I am.
You can't be a total shut in and think that everybody is
Right.
going to throw you in their basement. You might have thrown him in your basement.
I could have. You better watch out. No,
we had those guys briefly in downtown Toledo when we had like the golf carts. Not
Oh, I was like, serial killers? What are you talking about?
probably no, the guys who will carry you in a cart.
Yeah.
We had those for a brief time.
And they just
downtown.
run. And it was like, I don't know.
Very adorable.
Yeah, it was fun. I probably have a video in there as well.
Show it to me.
All right, I will.
Okay.
Later. All right, last one. What's the most useless superpower you wish you had and why? The most useless superpower you wish you had.
I would like to. I fall asleep okay, but I would like to get a solid like 7 straight hours of sleep without waking up repeatedly.
Superpower of sleep.
I've never had a good night's sleep in my life, and I'm not being hyperbolic at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, the superpower of sleep. You probably don't have
Which is
one.
probably called narcolepsy, but still.
That would be the superpower of not being able to stay awake ever.
What's the most useless superpower?
Yeah. That you wish you had and why?
The power to unbig my back.
Unbig your back.
Yes. I'm tired of having a big back.
Yeah.
I want to be like Craig. Look
Can you
like an action
Go to
figure.
the gym.
No,
Can you
I want to do that.
Whoa! Wasn't it? go to the gym.
I'm
You don't
saying
think,
he goes
you don't
to
think
the
us
gym.
big
I mean, I
backs have
do.
tried that?
I said he goes to
I go to the gym or I go walking, yes. But
Yeah.
Craig, he's 5 meals a day and don't gain no weight.
Some people
No,
just,
he doesn't. Craig
Well,
doesn't eat.
well, yeah,
He eats like a half a meal a day.
he's like, I ate a piece of lettuce today.
I might have put some dressing on it, just a little bit.
Like, Craig,
I
what
just
did you eat
stick to my
today? I had a
diet.
granola
I
bar and lettuce.
some people are just genetic. They
He
won
is
the
genetically-
genetic
yeah.
genetically gifted or genetically affluent, as I call
Yes.
it. Do you remember Philip on our show?
Yeah.
The black guy.
Yeah.
I hated him like what Ty just said because Philip was very skinny. He was like 120 pounds.
Yeah.
And then one day he's like, I think I'm going to start working out. And he like looked at weights and blew up.
Yeah.
And it's now
He didn't even have to lift him. He just looked at
he
it.
literally looked at it, and his gifted DNA.
Yeah.
And now he does look like a superhero and has never dressed
For
on
sure.
Instagram.
And you know what? I look at a Snickers and I gained 17 pounds just by looking
wanna
at
be
it.
like
That too is superpower.
Yeah.
Craig be on the workout bar and he over here lifting his legs up,
You can-
climbing
Oh, in
the
slow motion
stairs,
with his little thirst traps where he's just
You
like,
can do
climbing
that.
the invisible
No.
stairs.
You can do that.
oh, wait, and
You
it's,
can
it's
do that.
always in
No,
slow
because
motion.
gravity always wins. That's why.
You can
A
do
week and
that.
after, I made a thirst trap out of one of his videos. He says he doesn't do slow motion,
I
but it
don't.
is like, and then there's like this, wah, 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 and in the background, and, he's like, and they saw slow motion, and it's good for
Yeah.
you though. That's your superpower that
It's
you
my
already
superpower.
have. That you already have.
That I-
Not useless.
It's not useless. It's very useful.
Damn
if you
action
can do it.
figure.
His bullshitting for 17 minutes is a superpower.
Right. So he already has that. So what's your super useless superpower if you could have one?
GI bro.
He already has all of that.
Useless superpower.
If I told you to talk about that green bottle for 15 minutes, could you do it?
Yes.
Yes, he could.
That's pretty
He
powerful.
could. But he already has that. This is one that he doesn't have. What's one that you don't have?
Mm.
True.
Oh, that's a good question. I'm thinking.
I can't
Does somebody else still have to go?
I will go
Okay,
because
go.
you don't
let
know.
me and let me think. That's a good question.
I think mine would be the superpower to have. I always tell the people that I work with, I don't have a magic wand. It's on back order at Amazon. But if I did, that would be my superpower. Like to have a magic wand to like help fix the things that people need fixed. You know, like
That's not useless.
no, but I mean it's
That's not.
okay. All right, fine. My most okay. The superpower of having going like this and my house is clean. That's
Also not useless.
That's not a
No,
useless superpower.
but neither's your sleep one.
For everybody else, it is.
But for me, honestly, most people clean. I don't like to clean. I just want to and have it done.
Yeah.
I wouldn't clean his house. I'd just clean my house. I don't want to clean. I don't want to be like in his house. I want my house clean.
This is morphing into like when you ask somebody their irrational fear, like, oh,
Yeah.
I hate snakes. That's a totally rational fear.
Okay, but okay. So what's your irrational fear?
Or you mean irrational?
Irrational fear. Yeah.
Band-aids.
You don't like. You're scared of band-aids. All band-aids. What if they had like Paw Patrol on them? Get those away.
Now,
Okay. What's
So
your?
if you're
irrational-
bleeding, do you not?
oh, this is always the next
He
question.
free bleeded that one. He said, "I'm free bleeding all over. I don't care."
bleeding all over.
Tissues.
I'm okay with medical tape, or like I slice my fingers a lot from like cutting frozen meat, paper towel, and I'll wrap it
Yeah.
around medical tape.
Well, tissue.
There were band-aids in the summer camp pool as a kid, and it was
And that terrified
disgusting.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am broken. For
I
that.
feel like irrational fears do come from. What's your irrational fear?
My irrational fear. Like anything like squishy, like when kids make slime and all
Oh.
that shit. They like touch. I'm like, get that shit away from me,
Okay.
because I don't. It's the
Scared
it's
of
the it's
slime.
the texture
Yeah.
thing. Like
Mine's squirrels. Terrified of squirrels.
I took it. A
They're
friend
all-
of mine, a woman. She has been very excited that all these poor squirrels have been blown off trees lately.
Yes.
To their death.
I'm not even kidding. When I saw that news report, I was not mad. And it's not because I want to wish them. They're cute sometimes, but they're always plotting against you.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
To
See?
do what?
I don't know. I'm trying
See,
to
this is
figure it out.
very irrational.
I know, but listen, I did have a situation during COVID. I was outside doing a counseling session with him, and I was already scared of him. But this is a baby squirrel crawled out into a branch, and the branch broke, and it landed on my lap. And I took off running and screaming across my yard. And this poor child's like saying my name, like, "You good?" Because it touched it. Like, why did
Yeah.
it touch me? I had one that tried to jump in my car. Its tail was half falling off. It was going in a circle in the Rosie's parking lot. And every time I opened my door, it tried to jump in my car because it was going to kill me.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
My dad became a squirrel whisperer during COVID.
No.
Really?
Your dad can stay
Yeah,
away
they
from
come
those
over to
squirrels.
them all the time, huh?
Uh-uh.
They can be trained up like
No,
little pets.
I don't want that. You know,
I
because
know.
I went to BGSU, and you know those squirrels, they come and sit on your feet. You better believe I have sprinted across that campus at least 17 times because they have touched me. They come to me. I have 3 squirrels nests in my backyard right now. I was hoping a few of them fell. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'll save them. Like
I feel the same way about cats. I hate cats. Cats are bitches.
I'm scared of them.
Cats are
Are you
bitches.
scared? Are you scared of cats?
I hate cats. Yes.
Do you
Like
hate them or are you scared of them?
I'm not scared, but I hate them. But like if I come up to your house and you have a cat, I'm like, no, I'm good.
No, I don't like cats.
Like I don't and I don't eat people's food who have cats.
I don't like cats either. What's your do you have an irrational fear? I can't with you. What's your superpower that's useless?
Not answering this question.
He's you're about to be grounded. What?
No more games for you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about the question. I don't know. I have to pass.
All right.
I'm not a passer, but I have to pass.
He is a passer.
Can I throw a fear at you that is like it's a little rational but irrational?
Yeah.
The icky room at the zoo with all the poisonous creatures and spiders.
Oh
and insects.
yeah. The nature center.
So they've moved that room from the way it was set up, and it's a little less threatening to me now. But I'm always thinking like, what happens if there's some type of like sonic wave that breaks all the glass?
I've thought about that. You have an irrational fear?
An irrational fear.
What's your irrational fear?
Stingrays.
Oh, well, you're a
that's
Florida
pretty
guy.
Stingrays.
No, but I get it because they don't really hurt unless you like touch them.
Yeah, and when my brother and I was snorkeling, right, and we went on that little dip, there was a stingray that kept like following me everywhere that I went. So stingray, and then I'm like, Steve Irwin died from a stingray. Like he was like battling lions, tigers, and bears, and a stingray.
The stingray got him. Yeah.
He was on borrowed time. You weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why I'm with you on that because that's how I feel about squirrels.
Yeah, stingrays, man.
I
They're
feel
gonna
like
get through their stinger.
no, they're. So I think it's because my mom told me the story about someone she knew. Squirrel dropped out of the tree and it was rabid and it bit her and the lady died. When I was like at a formidable age. And then I just have noticed that they're always plotting. I will show you guys after the show the picture of the rabid squirrel that tried to jump in my car and make me die.
What was hanging out the window?
No, I was trying to meet my friend at Rosie's. And like I kept opening the door and it was like spinning around and it was and its tail was half falling off. It was rabid.
It was on meth.
It could have been methy. I don't know.
Guys,
a melly squirrel.
I have to get home.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we gotta wrap this up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we appreciate you. So before we do anything else, we do a little thing called FYF real quick. Fuck, forgive, or forget. Does anybody have anybody that want to FYF real quick?
Craig's gonna forgive somebody.
Yes.
F all the people that don't have consideration for other people. For example, I was getting a massage the other day, and like those are supposed to be relaxing, and 4 people came out of their massages talking at the top of their lungs to their person in the hallway about everything in their brother. And I was like, that is the most inconsiderate thing that you could ever do.
Yes.
So F them.
Yes. Fuck all the grown people who lie. Stop lying.
Yes.
Stop lying. You're grown as hell. Stop lying about stupid shit.
Yeah.
Just tell the truth. That's it. Just stop fucking lying.
Yeah.
There you go.
I can. It's not forgiveness, but I can give a little grace to Usher. I'm going to pat him on the head, but a little grace. I think he used the wrong word.
Yeah.
When he used the word misrepresented.
Yeah.
He was probably thinking of using another word, which also would have been inaccurate, but that one was not a good one.
Yeah.
He tried to massage his way through that real well.
Yeah.
And when you guys were talking, I was like, there's saying the quiet part out loud, and that those were his thoughts that he probably should have projected. And he's been around a long time. He knows how the internet will react.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised it hasn't actually gotten much worse for him than it did. There's a lot of other big stories going on that have kind of overshadowed it. But when you guys were talking about it, I was thinking, as you guys illustrated very perfectly, there are things that you can do that can immediately erase all your good.
Yeah.
Example, let's say Taylor Swift kills an animal tomorrow, like does some Michael Vick shit.
Yeah.
Like it's going to erase almost everything except for for her heart. You can erase away a lot of good very quickly.
So are we forgiving Usher?
I'll give him some grace and a pat on the head.
So it's a half forgiveness.
Yes.
I would say forget about, and I want to make sure that I'm saying this the correct way and in the right context. If you have a dream and you are pursuing said dream, forget how it looks right now. Like, keep going. Do not stop. Keep going. because you don't know whatever it is that you're going to do, you're going to get there. And everything that is happening that might seem crazy, that might seem strange, that might seem hard, it is only preparing you for where it is that you are about to go. If it was easy, you wouldn't want it, because that's not a dream. Sometimes dreams are hard, but keep going because you're almost there. And every step that you take, you will make it.
That was great, but which app is that?
Forget.
Oh, okay. I lost the app in that one.
I wish my stomach looked like his. I would tattoo all of that on mine.
Right. He's that whole entire. You have to go from like you have to get a neck tat and work it down. You might not be wrapping it around. Wrap it around so I can
finish that.
Yeah, I agree. That's all those people that have abs.
Yes, and that do workout videos in slow motion.
I'm just kidding.
So,
all right, show you Philip's profile.
Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's probably it. So, all right. Well, thank you, Eric, for stopping by. Man. We appreciate
you guys have to stop. You planning? You told me you were doing St. Patrick's Day stuff. Are you going to be able to make it for opening day?
We should. We should go to opening day. It's on Tuesday, April 7th.
I mean, I have to work?
It's at like 4:05.
Oh,
that's we get down there. We'll get on the air around noon, and we'll be on the air till about 4. So hopefully, you can make it down for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta work. Leave.
Yeah,
work.
We'll pull up. So
thank you guys again.
Thank you, Eric, for stopping by. This is such a great conversation.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you to everybody who tuned in and tapped in with us. Make sure you go check us out on Facebook, YouTube, or wherever you stream your favorite podcast. Yes. And don't forget to check out the Rise and Grind Weekend show next Saturday. We'll have James Starks from 13 ABC on the show next week. So that'll be pretty dope. Yes, shout out to the alphas. He is an alpha. He definitely is. Yeah. So he'll be on the show next Saturday. So tap in with that with the Rise and Grind Weekend show.
And where can they find your stuff?
Oh yes.
Just search me or my dogs online. They'll pop up.
What are your dog's names?
I lost my dog Diddy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's your dog?
His face was like, wait, what?
That's the whitest he's ever been.
Right.
He came that way, and I kept it. It obviously became very problematic.
Right.
Iris is my new. Iris is the replacement, and Andre.
Yes.
Okay, Andre. Okay.
And what days and time can they catch you on the radio?
On the air, 3 to 7 weekdays. The podcast sometimes it's 4 days a week. This week it was only 1. And also, I hope people will tune into the station because it's throwbacks and Taylor Swift.
Yes.
It's kind of a unique thing that I was able to create about 3.5 years ago. I created a format. We're going to play songs from the 90s and 2000s, and then like the very biggest songs of now.
Okay.
And there's very few other radio stations that are doing that, and I think we've done a good job of it so far.
That's right, though. So make sure you check them out over at Q105 on weekdays, 3 until 7. Until then, though, I'm Big T.
I'm Miss Amy.
And I'm C.S. Styles.
And you just officially tuned in and tapped into the hottest podcast that brings you the latest in music, news, and fashion, and the only show that keeps your ears to the streets.
Well, you grind and shine.
Hey, we'll see you guys next time. Peace, be safe, don't drink and drive, and make sure you be safe out there.
What?
Had to give a little public service announcement.
You got your radio voice over there. Be safe out there.
Be safe out there.
Keep the sweat voice on.
Yeah. You already know what it is when we talk. It's different. Yeah. This that mud talk, real talk, no filter from the bottom out. Build different, no quitter. If it's pressure, we apply that. Yeah. If it's smoke, we supply that. This that mud talk, straight facts, no cap. If we said it, then we meant that. From the city to the worldwide, yeah. When we speak, it's amplified. We came from the mud, now we moving with vision. Turn pain into power, made hustle a mission. Culture, community, truth in the room. If it's real, we address it, no sweep with a broom. Debates get loud, but respect stays silent. If it's growth, we invest in knowledge. Mental health, music, streets, and business. If it matters to the people, we in it. No scripts, no gimmicks, just vibes and real perspectives. You tune in once, now you locked in, connected. This that mud talk, stand tall, no fold. Conversations worth more than gold from the mud, but we shine like that. Hit play once, rewind like that. Mud talk, where the real ones speak.